some hostile therapy. Hello out there in the internet world and social media. Coming to get some hostile therapy, not because you want it, but because you need it. With Big Red, Alexa Page, and Chris Styles here on Thursday. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Can't call it. We're almost to the end of another week.
Mm-hmm.
We're over hump day at this point. We got one more day for the weekday.
Yes.
Humping.
Anybody looking forward to Juneteenth coming up?
I can't say that I am.
Getting some of that Juneteenth ice cream, Juneteenth douche, Juneteenth ice cream and condoms.
I will not be getting any of that.
Not today.
No?
Nah.
I'm a little homesick, so I don't know. I feel a kind of way. Yeah, I'm petty like that. Back at home, we always had big Juneteenth celebrations. I mean, ever since I was like 17.
Mm-hmm.
Big black block parties going from like 5 streets down, block the whole thing off. You got everybody with their pits out there, their big pits, barbecue pits. You got sponsors. You got, actually, my mom used to help with it. She used to help get sponsors. So you got the local neighborhood stores donating cases and cases of sodas, snacks, cookies.
Nice.
3-on-3 tournaments, dance competitions. Like, it was big. It was big. And like, the more people got involved, the bigger it got every single summer.
Wow.
And I know they're not doing no shit like that down here in
North
Carolina. So
hold on, pump your brakes now. You depend on where you're talking about in North Carolina, because there's certain places in North Carolina where they were celebrating it before it became a national holiday.
That's
not
cool.
Fayetteville, maybe not.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Back where I'm from, we was celebrating it way before it became a national holiday. So
yeah, now it's getting watered down. That's what we're going to talk about later on in the show. The first thing we're going to talk about in the show is it's Alexa's fault. So I'm going to say the first subject matter.
Not even 5 minutes in.
Right. Going to dive right into it. We're going to have a segment that's called Alexa's Fault. That's what we're going to do next time.
Yeah, please. And put my Cash App up there.
Right. That might be an idea, because one of these things is going to be your fault. You might need bail money.
Wow.
So, Alexa, you in the chat, I can't say you introduced me, but you did talk about this after I was introduced to a certain attire for men that seems to be taking storm across the country. Hoochie shorts. Am I saying it correctly? Is that what it is? Is it hoochie shorts?
Daddy shorts.
Hoochie daddy shorts. I'm sorry. Hoochie daddy shorts needs to be taking fire across the country right now. I haven't seen it. Let me take that back. I haven't seen it. Maybe it's in select cities. Maybe it's in cities where beaches or, one of the main attraction sites. Let me see. Let me see if I can pop this up. Don't cover your eyes, Chris. Hold on.
All right.
These are hoochie shorts. These things are coming up all the way up to the top of the thigh meat.
Bro.
And that to me looks like lingerie. I don't know about.
Yeah, that's if you're gonna wear something like that, man, wear that in your bedroom or something. I don't want to see all that for real.
Oh dang.
Who's this for? Alexa, is this for women to gawk and gander at?
It's because it's hot.
So, we got basketball shorts and it's hot.
For sure.
We cool with that. So is it really because it's hot, or is it just supposed to get women's eyes on men?
I feel like when people really work out hard, they eat right,
they
want to show their results. You can't be mad. This is the same thing women do. I don't think it's wrong. I mean,
not like that.
I mean, okay, I won't lie. They could be a little bit looser.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
A little
now you're telling the truth.
A little bit.
There's the truth.
But they don't gotta be gym shorts.
Those are nut huggers. That's what we used to call them.
And that they'll kill your kids.
Exactly.
Maybe they don't want no kids.
Good point. Maybe that's
good point. But that's the sure way to do it.
Those shorts are a form of birth control.
birth control shorts.
Yeah. That's all.
You're not even gonna be able to have sex again. You can't even get the shorts off. That's how tight they are. They're like they're painted on.
Look, you gonna cut it with a knife or a razor to get them off.
Those are breakaway. Those really are breakaway shorts.
That's crazy.
Those are the kind of shorts you don't even have to turn to the Hulk to break out of. David Banner could break out of those shorts with just having an impure thought.
Just flex.
Oh
gosh.
Just having a bowel movement just farting would break those shorts off. That's how tight they are.
Wow.
I don't know. I just feel like if you are comfortable in them, because some people's culture, they wear tighter things.
Well, that's on them for sure. Yeah, but you won't be catching me nothing like that though, for real.
I mean, okay, I don't think I won't say there's nothing gay about it or zesty about it. If you want to wear it, you want to wear it. But, hey, I mean, but I'm saying in the 1980s, people wore those kind of shorts. Styles change with the times.
Yeah.
No, I would tell you the only crazy thing that I've done was when what's that movie that came out? House Party came out back in the day.
Okay.
What they had on and Kid and playing on them had the spandex Jones on.
Yeah.
Now I did wear. I did wear them one time to this party. I did do that one time.
Talk about the spandex, Chris. Talk about the spandex.
Yeah, I'm for real. Yeah, I did.
All spandex.
But then it had on some nice gear though. It was nice back, but I would never do that again because now that I look at it, I'm like, what the? I ain't going swimming. I ain't on no bike. I ain't riding no bike, no triathlons and none of that. It's I don't see no point for it.
They're like biker shorts.
Yeah, biker shorts.
Okay.
I'm saying you just strutting your stuff. That's all you doing.
So Alexa, like let's say you're like dating somebody and your guy is saying he wants to wear some hoochie shorts and he just wants to go to the grocery store with you. Are you cool with that, or are you like, no, go back in and change?
If you want to wear some hoochie shorts, then I'm gonna have to treat you like a hoochie daddy.
How is that? How would you treat somebody like a hoochie daddy?
I'm gonna be like, look, you can wear them shorts with you when you with me only. Okay? You can wear them around the house. You can wear them around the house and when you with me only. If I see your ass out here checking the mail, anything in them damn shorts, it's gonna be a motherfucking problem. And I'm gonna tell them straight up. And I'm gonna tell them straight up. When I get home,
she's gonna go in on you.
I want my dinner by 5:30, and I want my bubble bath ran by 6:30.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Speak who you talking to, and don't you look up when company's around, because I'm gonna have a motherfucking problem.
You ain't gotta worry about him looking up. You gotta worry about them looking down.
That's what you're gonna have to do if you wear some hoochie daddy shorts.
What about leotard?
Oh, you wear a leotard. I'm just gonna sign you up for dance classes and wish you well. And wish you well. I mean, nothing against it, but now you step okay. It reminds me of some of them old groups, like the Isley Brothers. They used to wear that zesty ass shit.
But see, that's an intro. I'm glad you brought that up. But see, back in the day,
that was okay.
There was a style. Guys had shirts that were tied up in a bow and exposed their stomach, and it wasn't looked at as a certain way. And, as time changes, different decades bring about different styles, and then we become the old people like, oh, where y'all wearing that stuff now? Like skinny jeans. I don't understand it, but it's a style. I don't understand skinny jeans and sagging. Don't make no sense to me, but it's not my era. I moved on from that.
Right.
Listen,
I'm in the grown and sexy era now.
Okay.
I've been there. Yeah, I mean.
But neither did sagging either. That didn't make any sense either.
Yeah, I've been there though, but I ain't. That's yeah. Mm-mm.
I feel like if you're gonna do it, just realize you are tilting the balance. You tilt the balance. Now, if you want to go ahead and tilt the balance, I'm not saying we won't make it. Just know that the balance is tilted. That's all I'm saying.
There's gonna be some gender roles changing.
I'm
just know that the balance is officially tilted. So you're gonna
I'm staying in my lane.
I'm just saying, and the same thing would be. I'm not sitting up there doing this by a bias, outlook. Okay. I know I gotta dress a certain way to do certain things. I ain't no spring chicken. Okay. So I know what it
fall
is.
Chicken.
I've been let's say
look, it's a chicken tender.
All right. Chicken tender. I ain't no spring chicken, I'm a chicken tender. Okay,
right.
Chicken sauce. So I'm gonna say this: when it comes down to it, you have to know who you're with, and it's not that it won't work. But for me, I feel like if you present yourself a certain way, mentally, I've been conditioned to act a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
You got your guy's guy, you got your partner guys, like you're more like a partnership, a friendship. You got your OGs. You know what I mean? You got your preppy type that, they literally just, I don't know. It's different things. But if you dress like that, like just going out, to me, you're saying, I want to split dominance with you equally.
Dominance.
I want to split dominance. Okay. And I'm gonna be the one to accept it. Okay. Not everybody will do that. But I'm that type of chick. I'm telling you right now, if you let me run you over, I will run you the F over. So you better be a real
Look,
wait, let me ask you something, Lexa.
Transform you into roadkill quickly.
Is there a certain length requirement where you relinquish your dominance as a man for those shorts? Is it below the kneecap? Is it just above the kneecap? Is it where the widest circumference of the thigh meets? Is it above that? Where is the level of dominance on those shorts come to?
I'm gonna say
keep it.
I'm gonna say 4 to 6 inches above the knees. 4 to 6 inches above the knees. Anything higher than that is getting into thigh meat territory.
Right.
And when you want your thigh meat exposed, that means you're pretty much filling out an application to split dominance.
Okay. I never thought we would have a conversation like this about thigh meat and shorts.
I don't have, and I'm not even judging. If you want to split dominance with me, I'm good with that. But just know that that's what you're doing.
That's crazy. Like, wow.
I don't mind. We can go Dutch on the dominance. Let's go Dutch on the dominance.
All right. Let me ask the both of you. Okay. It's pretty easy and clear to know what lingerie is for women. You can easily spot out lingerie. They have a whole store.
Yeah.
Victoria's Secret, even Walmart has lingerie for women.
Even Walmart.
What is lingerie for guys? Is there a such thing as lingerie for guys? Is it just basketball shorts and what's the other thing? Not jerseys, but I don't want to say wife beaters. I'm trying to
tank tops.
Tank tops, yeah.
T-shirts.
Yeah, is that like lingerie for guys? Is that all we got? Like maybe silk boxers. That's it.
Nah.
Hoochie Daddy shorts is lingerie for guys.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, the pictures I'm seeing.
Now, I would say, lounging wear.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
Boxer briefs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Chris showed me a whole site on this too, by the way.
Yeah, King's Closet is a good
What's the
lounge.
Site?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give it. It's called King's Closet.
Okay.
King's Closet with K's. So it's kingscloset594.com. And you know, there's loungewear or sexy wear that men can wear into the bedroom or wear around the house, you know, to entice your woman or just lounge and chill, as opposed to just wearing old holy wife beaters and
why you gotta put holy in there?
Socks. Huh?
You have to put holy in there so you can verify that it's important.
Yeah, holy, like you wear it a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like the seat of the pants are unraveling. Well, you wear them and sit down and move around in them so much.
And it's called King's what?
King's Closet.
Kings.com.
Yeah. It's King's Closet with a K, KLOSET 594.com.
Oh shoot, I gotta put that whole thing in there. Okay, I was about to put it on the screen.
Yeah, King's Closet with K.
Let me find out.
Yeah, King's Closet 594.
Yeah, let me.
Do they have Hoochie Daddy shorts in there?
They have a lot of things that you would probably wear in intimacy in the bedroom as well. So it's that type wear as well. You'll see.
Dominance. I'm straight up. I'm gonna play my position.
See, lingerie is meant to be worn behind closed doors.
For sure.
You're not supposed to wear lingerie to the grocery store, to a restaurant, to public places. So,
as a matter of fact, you got King's Closet on Instagram. King's Closet 594 on Instagram, so you'll be able to see some of the stuff on there as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave a little note right there. Like, look, I'll be home late from work. Have my bubble bath ready. I got you something nice from King's Closet laying on the bed. I want you in that when I get home.
Oh, for sure. And I'm gonna be in it.
You said you're gonna be in it.
I'm gonna be in it.
Oh, there we go, right there. That look right? I got to spell right. King's Closet.
That's it.
594.com. Men's lingerie.
For sure.
Because we don't have many options.
No, not really. And it's time for, because a lot of women have been complaining that, they tired of seeing the same t-shirt, the same sweatpants, socks, all that.
And that's a lie.
It's about time.
Women they're not tired. It's something else. Trust me. If they say they're tired of that, it's something else behind that.
Sometimes they want to look sexy.
Women don't love nothing better than a raggedy, rugged, rusty ass nigga. Long as you look good, long as you look good when y'all going out. That wife beater can have as many holes in it.
It will.
It can be as nuts, whatever, as long as you look good when you stepping out. Because I think most women want their man to be a man's man.
Yeah.
I should have to remind you sometimes, like, did you put deodorant on today? Did you put enough on? Did you put enough on? Like, that is like a woman, like
that is a man right there.
I'm just saying,
I gotta remind him to put deodorant on. That man stink.
He is very unkempt.
No, it's not about stink. It's about it's just a certain aura, Like, see, and everybody got
a twang.
Everybody got their line. Like, I got a line too. Like, I don't never want to know that, like the one that hold the nose and
oh shit,
that's too far for me. You're too much. You're doing too much. But everybody got their line. But women want a man's man. Like, I don't know. If I want to be with a feminine person, I can be with a female.
No.
I don't need to be with.
Let me tell you, a man can be a man and still look good when he comes to the bedroom, or vice versa, or like
yeah, you can look good when you go in the bedroom, but I'm saying you don't have to be walking around in sexy lingerie. Like if I'm walking around in sexy lingerie and you walking around in sexy, what is this, a fashion show? Are we about to hit the runway together?
Yeah, we know runway is gonna be in the couch, the kitchen, living room, dining room. Yo, we gonna hit them all.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the opposite of that. Guys, I mean, we like women in lingerie, but it don't take much for us. You can be in a t-shirt and just panties, and that's it.
Oh my goodness. T-shirt in my
it does not take much. You can just flash that thigh meat, and that's it. You can just turn it a certain way. You can just put put some lotion, some good shine oil on that thigh meat, and we'll look at that, and that's it. You don't have to wear no $300 lingerie. You ain't got to have no rhinestones and diamonds built into it because it's gonna come off really quick anyway. So it don't matter.
Who paid $300? Who?
Somebody did.
Or at least the women's panties, like they what you call it? They like really like silhouette or really outline your shape.
Right.
And they throw them on, and oh my goodness, bro, them Johns be woo-wee.
All you got to do is put a white t-shirt on and throw water on the t-shirt, and that's it.
Not water.
Just water. That's all you got to do.
Oh, you know what?
And just throw water on.
I'm gonna give y'all some real game. Hold up, women. If you want some real game, let me tell you something. The best lingerie is his shit with a twist. Okay, his business shirt, his jersey, his whatever. Make that shit look sexy. Make that shit look sexy, and then it's a wrap.
Okay, I don't disagree.
And then it's a wrap. And when he come home and see you in his shit, you might be like, "Wait, why you in my shit?"
I do not disagree with you on that.
Yeah. Why you in my? Why you in my? Yeah.
You can wear a button up, unbuttoned. You can wear a hat.
A button up with some stilettos and a thong, please.
Save your money. Just go through my closet and you'll be fine. All the lingerie is in my closet.
And use a tie as a belt.
Look, there you go. Or you can even put it on here. I'll drag you right there. A little choke.
Okay. I told you I'm wearing my shit. Okay, come punish me.
For sure.
All right, let's move on to the next subject. All right. Anybody a fan of what's that show called? Real Housewives of Atlanta. Anybody watch that show?
You know damn well I watch it.
All right. So you're familiar with Nene Leakes, I'm assuming.
Yes, I am. That's my girl. I love me some Nene.
What is that phrase she said that she made so famous? I said what I said.
I said. Yeah.
Okay.
I said what I said.
I hate that phrase.
I said what I said.
I wish people would leave that up to her because I'm like, what do you mean you said what you said? I know you said what you said. I just heard you.
Actually, my favorite quote from her is, "The door is closed." See, people don't know about that. You got to be a real fan to know that one.
Yeah, I guess so, because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know it.
The door is closed.
I don't know it.
Well, the door isn't closed on Miss Nene Leakes because she recently has gotten sued under North Carolina law, if I understand correctly. Nene Leakes is being hauled into court by her boyfriend's wife for allegedly sleeping with her man, causing her marriage to collapse, according to new legal documents. Malamine Temesio, if I'm saying that name right, claims in the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Nene, and now boyfriend, Nayonisela Sio, hooked up while he was still married to her. Malamine says Nene posted picture after picture of her and her new man, humiliating Malamine and cratering her relationship with her husband. Malamine claims she suffered emotional distress, mental anguish, and a loss of affection. And in case you're wondering, North Carolina is one of 7 states, as I mentioned before, where a person can sue a spouse's extramarital partner for alienation of affection. Most states have disallowed such suits because it's really just a game of love. Malamine is gunning for more than $100,000. And the question being raised here is, do you agree that this should be a law put into place for married people if someone happens to interfere with your marriage by cheating with your spouse? Do you think it is correct that they should be able to sue the person that they cheated with? Chris, I'll let you do this.
Wow. Honestly, I mean, I don't think that it should be allowed to happen because people are going to be people. People are going to do what they're going to do, regardless. But if you look at it, I don't know, bro. I just don't feel that you should. But if certain states allow that to happen, or that's something that you can do if you feel disgruntled, do what you need to do, file it. But a lot of that reason why I say no is because when you have, you can work on anything in your relationship first and foremost. But if you're trying to hold on to sour milk and it ain't working, it's okay to to cut the cord and cut it loose, but you're not going to hold on to somebody and things are not going good on an intimacy level, or maybe even just on a personal relationship level. If things are not going good and you worked at it, there's a certain time that you could pull the cord and let it go. Just let it go. It's okay, But because they hooked up with somebody else and you wasn't giving the cookies, or he wasn't giving you vitamin D, why should somebody be able to sue you over it? You know what I'm saying? I think that's crazy. Let's cut the cord and move on.
Okay. Alexa, what you got to say about that? Do you agree you should be able to sue the person that cheated on with your husband? Okay, go ahead.
And I say this only because as a divorcee, I know for a fact that there is some there. There's some there because originally separation was not supposed to be a hall pass. Separation is y'all need time apart. It's not you, whatever. And and I know that for a fact because I've seen people who have been separated and got back together successfully, and I've seen people where there was interferences and they never got back. So what I'm saying is, for me, I think that inside, if you even want to try, like for me, I knew I was going to get divorced. It wasn't a question. But I do know some girls who, thought maybe we could work it out, and if you got a new little shiny candy in front of you,
Yeah.
enjoying it. You're not
baby.
You're not working on shit you're supposed to work on. And my heart went out to them because it's like, these girls really want their family. I mean, there's kids involved. Sometimes there's a lot of assets involved. There's actually some companies, believe it or not, there's some companies on the corporate level that will fire you if your home life is not right, because they need you to be in the game.
More and ethics clauses.
Yeah, they have clauses. I mean, you don't hear about this a lot, but yeah, there are some high-end companies that if they find out you having an affair, or you about to get divorced or whatever, like they'll come and nudge you, like, look, you gonna nip this in the butt, or we can't have you out here making us look bad. So there's a lot of stuff at stake. I think that women who think they're just being funny or cute and all this, you need to think twice. Now, I love Nene. Okay, I love me some Nene Leakes, but she should have known better. You got that coin, and this girl, she may have wanted her family. She may have just saw it as an opportunity. Hell, they could have been working together for all we know. They could have been all kind of plots and twists. So, you never know. But what I'm saying is, you got to put your P's and Q's together. You need to make sure that guy is 100%. You got stuff to lose. Maybe he ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. But at the end of the day, you have something to lose. You should have cut him off, or you should have never been out there flamboyant. One or the other. And now she wants to get her coin because, like you say on the show all the time, I'm a rich bitch. That's what she says. That's her quote. So if you're a rich bitch, she just wanted a check.
Is she rich, or she a hood rich?
She's actually not that rich,
Yeah, but yeah.
You know, what we call rich ain't really rich. It's not generational wealth. But you know, she might have a couple million, which really ain't shit today. So, you know.
I'll be damn.
Yeah, look, give me $1 million, and I'm gonna show you what I would do with it.
Right. Everybody always says that, but guess what? When they get it, it's just like 1,000.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I do agree with you. I was having a conversation a little while ago about the value of the dollar. So things are a lot higher, and you know but the value of the dollar is much lower. So you're going to get a lot less bang for your buck than what you would use, than what you would probably used to get in the past. But it still will put you in position to multiply those dollars in various ways. You just have to spend and be patient, and when things mature, you gonna get way back in abundance. So yeah.
I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah, you can't buy no franchise with $1,000, but you can buy a franchise with 1,000. I mean, 100,000 easy.
But you got to realize, like, we open businesses all the time. Like, I'm just speaking as our people, and we don't realize, like, the reason why they close and open so quick, close, open, because you didn't start with enough money. When you start with enough money, that means you can be in the red for 2 to 3 years and still be flush. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I found this out the hard way by joining all these, women's business groups, networking. Oh yeah, I was in a damn circle in Washington. Okay, I was signed up for all of them. I was signed up for about 4 or 5 different network groups. And let me tell you something, we network like a motherfucker. So we had Working Women Wednesdays, Thursdays. We was having events, everything. And what I found out was it's considered a micro loan if it's under $5 million. A micro loan. So that means if your business plan is asking for like a little bit, they don't even want to deal with you because you're already thinking too small.
Well, I tell you what, having $1,000 and getting sued for $100,000, you'll be able to tell a big difference between who has the money to back that up and who don't, because that's basically going to put you in bankruptcy. But with this story, I'm gonna have to probably agree with Alexa on this one. I don't see the problem because marriage, whether we want to look at it like that or not, is a business contract that is signed between 2 working partners. It's definitely looked at as a business when you're getting a divorce and you have to split up assets. And when a guy or a woman, but mostly a guy, if he were to cheat, he can get, she can get money for that. She can get, extra alimony for that. That can help her in her case to get, more child support and more assets when it comes to divorce. It happens. So why not sue the person who had a hand, not the whole hand, half the hand, and some other body parts into messing up that marriage? Right. I do. I don't want to sit there and say that the guy is not accountable for what he did too, because he's the one who messed up the marriage as well.
Or her.
Yeah, or her. But again, it takes 2 to tango. The NBA, when the NBA will not even allow when someone is on their team before they become a free agent. When let's say James Harden, when he was on the Houston Rockets, no one could try to get him to go to the other team. No one could, lay claim to him.
I got you.
You're right. No one could try to influence him to go to another team. They call it tampering. And when they tampering, like NBA owners would try to and get him to go to other teams, they got fined. Exorbitant amount of money. Maybe not so much that they can't afford to fine, but they got fined for that. They had to wait until he was a free agent. In this case, Nene Leakes had to wait until this guy was a free agent when he was divorced. And that's the way it should be until he is free, not separated, because
you're right.
The chance
still married.
Go back.
I got you.
As Alexa was saying, that is like a a trial period where they can just take a break and then come back and, maybe work back on their marriage. But you got to wait until the contract is up. And what's different between this contract and contract with James Harden is James Harden has maybe a 5-year contract. A marriage is supposed to be a lifelong contract that never breaks.
Yeah. Supposed
never.
Right.
Supposed to.
And you're supposed to give away, I don't want to say generational wealth, but just when you pass on, you're supposed to pass on whatever you have in your bank account, whatever assets you have, hopefully to your wife, you're supposed to, and then your children. All that stuff matters, but all that can be broken up if a cheating party comes in and ruins the whole lifelong contract. So I don't have a problem with the lawsuit because it's a business at the end of the day.
It really is.
So, yeah, I get it. But, one of the things that I will always say, and I tell people before you get into these contracts, business and personal, is that I always tell people to take a divorce class.
Divorce class. What does that entail?
And I'm trying to remember, there's a specific name for it. I don't think I remember the specific name for it. But, if you're going to get divorced, it's important that you take this class because you'll find out so much information that you never would have really thought of, how it affects, not only you, your partner,
the kids,
and the kids that are involved, whether they're your kids or her kids, or you have mutual together. There's a lot that goes on that a lot of people don't it's not anything that you would specifically know just out front. And just looking at the percentages and people's behaviors and different, it's just so much stuff to learn from before you actually get into a marriage or a life partner contract, whatever you want to do with that person. But again, it was amazing. It helped me out a great deal in figuring a lot of things out. It almost, as opposed to everything being meshed together, you'll be able to see things in their separate categories per se. Like, how people compartmentalize different things. You'll be able to compartmentalize and separate what's this and what's that. What I need to do about this, or and it's really great. I would tell you that it's just great for any individual. Even if you ain't thinking about getting married, you'll still learn a lot from it. So.
Yeah,
I do recommend.
It's not easy.
No.
Especially when there's kids involved.
For sure.
And so, it's like, and that's why I said the law should be everywhere, because who's really suffering the most are the kids.
Right.
To me, I think that should be priority because they didn't ask to be there. They didn't ask to be in the middle of your bullshit, So,
right. But,
it's not cool. And I feel like men and women should take responsibility if something feels fishy or whatever. First of all, be real with yourself. If somebody's lying about this, that, or, be real with yourself. Like, this dude is married or this female is married or whatever it is, I don't give a damn if they've been with somebody for 10 years, living together. It's not a contract. Contract is a contract. And so this is the thing, like for instance, when I got divorced, it wasn't even a good freaking hot damn month before a chick was in there. Because some guys just can't live alone.
And women too.
Some guys can't. Well, women too, yeah. But some guys, see, I never had that. I like my bed angels. I like bed angels. So
What? Your bed angels?
You know how people make snow angels?
Oh, okay. I got you.
I make bed angels. I don't have no problem sleeping by myself. I make my bed angels. I drink my tea. I don't have to. But some people cannot live alone. Some people can't. And so I really wasn't surprised. Now, obviously, the chick didn't have no damn money or nothing, But just say, if I wanted to be petty, I wanted to be vindictive, knowing damn well I didn't want no part of this dude, knowing that we was gonna get divorced. I could have used that to say, you're living in a condo we signed a lease on. You're up here enjoying the benefits of this and that, while me and my son are trying to put our life together. We're not legally divorced. Actually, never even got a legal separation, ever. You know, I would have grounds, and this is in Georgia.
Yeah, for sure.
It was in Georgia. So I'm just saying I would have had grounds to be really petty. And I mean financially petty.
And you know,
I didn't do it because, you know, my big old Christian heart. But I'm just saying.
No, that ain't true.
But listen, I would just say this too.
Big old Christian heart.
As
I mean,
opposed
back then I was a big old Christian. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let it go. But I'm just saying, watch out, females, because you might meet old Alexa. You might meet new Alexa. So you know, new Alexa would have text your ass.
It's a flip of the coin.
Yeah, you never know. Call me the Mad Hatter.
Just call her Mad, the Mad Rapper. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now, this one, boy, the world is just getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
Staying
out of it.
This is the first of its kind I've heard, and apparently now people can be raped virtually now.
Lord, my God.
Hold on, let me let Raz in here right quick so she can hear what we're about to say. There she is. Okay,
what up, family?
What's going on?
With a new story.
How you feel?
Tired, but
all right.
You know.
You're here. That's all that matters.
Yay!
You're here right on time for this weird story that we're about to talk about.
I like weird stories.
Okay, well, this one's definitely weird. Okay, so there's been disturbing reports of sexual assaults in the metaverse. A recent report collected several accounts of sexual harassment and assault targeting women in the metaverse as the virtual reality world becomes more popular. Disturbing accounts of women being sexually assaulted and harassed in the metaverse are racking up, according to online watchdogs. One 21-year-old woman said she was raped within 1 hour of being in the metaverse, according to a new report from Some of Us, a nonprofit advocacy organization, an online community that campaigns to hold corporations accountable for a variety of alleged infractions. The report, titled Metaverse, Another Cesspool of Toxic Content, takes a deep dive into allegations of a woman being virtually gang raped, hate speech and content moderation issues at Meta, the controversial rebrand of Facebook Inc. The young woman, who works as a researcher for the group, was led into a private room at a party on Horizon Worlds, a metaverse platform released by Meta last December in the US and Canada that allows users to gather with others, play games, and build their own virtual worlds. She has claimed her avatar was then raped by a user while another watched and passed around a virtual bottle of vodka, and others could be seen watching through a window. In a chilling video clip released by Some of Us, one avatar is recorded saying, "Check this out. It's a free show. Oh, getting it. Getting down with that gritty, you heard?" Meanwhile, the bystander avatar responds with, "You're going to need more of this, shorty," while passing the virtual booze bottle around. Let's see. I lost my place on here.
Great narration. I'm just saying.
Sorry, I had lost my place on there. I hit something and lost my place, but hold on. Oh, hey, a free show. The avatar is then heard shouting. And let's see, when a user is touched by another in the metaverse, the hand controllers vibrate. Kind of like, I guess, a lot of PlayStation, Xbox games, creating a very disorienting and even disturbing physical experience during a virtual assault. She said it happened so fast, I kind of disassociated. One part of my brain was like, WTF, what the fuck is happening? The other part was like, this isn't a real body. And another part was like, this is important research, the unnamed researcher said in the report. The watchdog also noted that VR users have long reported problems with sexual harassment, verbal abuse, racial slurs, I've heard that before, online, and invasion of personal space on a myriad of apps. Minimal moderation in these VR worlds has allowed concerning behavior to thrive, especially towards female appearing and female sounding avatars. End story. So, do you think this is actually virtual rape? Now, I understand, because I've seen people play online with games and people are saying slurs, people are cursing at each other, and other disparaging remarks against their fellow person on a video game, Madden, Roblox, whatever. I've seen it all, heard it all. But is virtual rape, is that a thing? And Raz, since you just got here, I'm going to go with you first. You think this is an issue that we really need to police? Virtual rape. Do you think this is an issue?
I think it is an issue because that's just a step further from them actually escalating to physically raping someone. So if they're playing it out virtually, just imagine when they get enough, I don't know, like, you know what, I'm just going to do it today. They're going to start raping people. So I think it is very important to get those kind of people out of those groups or just attract them, because that's predator behavior, whether it's virtual or not.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, they're going to escalate. They're going to be like, oh, it's just like in the virtual world, So I watch crime documentaries a lot and I love them. I don't know why they put me to sleep, actually. But, I've seen where children, young adults, they start there and then eventually they lead up to actually raping somebody and killing someone.
Okay.
So it needs to be monitored. That's why my son don't play games. I don't play that.
Okay.
That's good.
Alexa, what do you got to say about this? Do you think this is a problem going forward? This needs to be nipped in the bud, or this is much to do about nothing?
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just, to be honest with you, I'm going to piggyback off of Raz. I feel like that it is a sign that you're going to escalate, only because when it comes to these violent shootings, a lot of times they are connected to these people who have played it out on these same type of platforms. So now we're just dealing with a different crime, to be honest with you. Like this shooting that just happened. We had in
today,
Texas.
right?
They said that he was playing all these video games doing the same thing. And yes, it is desensitizing.
Oh, okay.
It's desensitizing. So it's desensitizing them to do the act. And the thing is, it's like, where's the line where it's a game and now you're in preparation? Now you're in training. Because pilots, captains, everybody do simulations for training. Who's to say when their mind switches to I'm training? We don't know that.
Okay.
We don't know that. So we don't know if somebody has a psychotic issue or a mental illness or a break. You think they're just playing a game? They're training. So I think if something like this happens and it's alarming, do you knock on their door and kick it in and take them to jail? No. But take note. And if it's really, really, really off the chain, possibly put a couple tags in there. Shit, they tag everything else. They tag everything else. So, put a couple tags on.
Warning flag.
Yeah, just keep an eye on them. I'm not saying put them on the no-fly list. Don't put them on the no-fly list, but monitor them. Like we said on the last show, they have the technology.
Yeah, they do.
They already got the tabs on everybody. Big Brother is always watching. If you see something like this go on, connect with these dang game owners. And if you have an outrageous thing like this, boop, there's a point.
Yeah.
There's a point on your thing that you might need to be watched.
And they can block their URLs.
Yeah.
So
And then they can go create another one too right after that.
Yeah, they can create another one, but
Really? They could just keep creating them?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to come get them.
Yeah. But yeah.
Get them.
Chris,
And
go ahead.
you know, one of the things that, you know, just, you know, what Raz and what Alexa was talking about, people become, I mean, we're already in a world where we're separated, and we're disconnected for a number of reasons. You know, the family structure and the different structures, you know, that we used to have back then. Our community has been broken up. It's separated now. So it's even being displayed in the video games, how desensitized, how there's no empathy, there's no love for nobody, there's no respect, no boundaries, right? And so all this is incorporated into this new metaverse, and the individuals bring it in with them when they come. So anything can take place and happen. And I just as a prime example, I remember, and I've seen this a lot of times. I was in New York City in this restaurant in Harlem, and outside of the window, this lady and this guy was throwing hands. They had to be boyfriend, girlfriend, or it's in some type of long-term relationship, because it seemed like this is normal for them.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody was eating, turned around and looked, and went back to eating again. Ain't nobody got up to separate, stop nothing, or just whatever that was. Went back to eating again. And I was just like, wow. So I was like, I went outside finally, you know. A lot of people said, nope, mind your business. You know what I'm saying? Which I should have. But I didn't want nobody to get seriously hurt. You know what I'm saying? So once I went and I got between them to you know, to talk to them for a minute and kind of break it up. You know what I'm saying? But the whole problem, I see it over and over and over again. So with this separation piece going on, and not having everything's desensitized, it's going to be a nightmare in there for people, for harassment, because most people behind them coming into these games and doing these different things like that, they wouldn't do that in real life, walking on the street walk up to somebody and do that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? It would take somebody who's very sly, very cunning to do it in real life, but in the virtual, there's nothing to impede you or stop you from doing anything. There was a show. There's a part 2. I can't remember the name of it. It was called something World. And
Wayne's World?
No, it wasn't Wayne's World. It was this virtual reality place where they had robots, right? Not virtual reality, but they created robots, and they look just like real humans. They respond and act like real humans, and they played out different characters. Like if somebody they might have paid $100,000 to go in and be a bank robber or something like that, and just carry out your fantasies in this world. And they would go in, and people Westworld. Yes, there you go, Westworld.
Yeah,
and people will create all these atrocities that they wouldn't do in real life, but they would go into this place and do all these different things, you know, get their fantasies and their rocks off and stuff like that. So this is just another place where people can do this stuff, and they say, "Oh, we're just learning about it, and this is it's an experiment, and we this and that and the third." But again, it's just another place where people can carry out their wildest fantasies and their dreams and not get caught in the real world until you do. That's all I got to say about that.
I don't know. I have to agree with Raz and Alexa have said so far. I didn't quite look at it that way before. Given the circumstances of what has happened in the last couple weeks, and we're trying to find what red flags are out there for certain people to commit certain acts. Looking at things like this on video games or whatever virtual world, not even video games, virtual world that Facebook is trying to create, which is kind of disturbing in itself because it's like it's separating people more and more from reality. But it kind of looks like Roblox. I actually will show a little clip of it, what it looked like in a minute. But then we have to worry about what precedents does it set, because as Alexa said too, if people are doing this on a virtual reality game, which may lead to someday going another step forward and doing it with a real person, then what about video games where there is violence with guns? Are we going to go for that as well and then stop people from playing those games? Which, the answer is no, because video game industry makes way too much money.
Way too much. Yeah, nothing's going to change as far as that's concerned.
Right.
And there was one game, I can't remember what it was, where a dude was getting raped in jail.
The hell? Wow.
Yeah, seriously, like I couldn't believe it. And a game.
Was this Oz the game?
No, it should have been.
Just weird.
But I'm telling you, they got all types of stuff where, what about, even before this, what about Japanese animation?
Mm-hmm.
Where they're demons raping women and guys and different, I mean, yo, kid you not. Go look at some of these demon movies that they got at Japanese animation with demons and monsters in them. And you'll see what I'm talking about. They have no regard for human life or anything human, and they just do what they want. So again, this is a platform for people to carry out their sickness.
Mm-hmm.
Let me play the clip for y'all that quick. That's the other thing too. Once y'all see it, and I want y'all to see if there maybe it's an overreaction, because again, how would you rate somebody virtually on the game? And that's what I was wondering before I saw the clip, and I want y'all to look at it and y'all give y'all judgment on it and tell me what y'all think.
It's a free show.
I'm gonna put it in. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just put it on mute so we can talk while the thing is going on. There's a little captions in the background. And I'm guessing, I don't know if that's okay, there we go. I guess that's the girl that's supposed to be assaulted in the video. I know there's more to it than that. That might have been it. Okay, I'm gonna turn the sound on.
Get down, girl, you heard. We're finna have a kid right now, Charlie. No worries. Hey, a free show. Yo, free show.
Okay, and it may have been more to the video, but that's all they played. Maybe they couldn't show the whole thing because maybe, I don't know, it was too graphic. But that's all I saw. But
she couldn't log off,
right? I don't know. I mean,
that's the other thing too. But see, when there are people who are cyber bullied, and then I give the critique, well, why don't you just log off? Then it's like, no, they shouldn't have to log off. And then the same thing with this is like, okay, she shouldn't be raped. And then it's feel like people will say, well, I'm blaming the victim if I say just log off. What is your opinion on that? Could you just say log off and just maybe go to a different virtual world where they're not acting like assholes on the metaverse?
Yeah, just log off. If you already know that that's the type of environment that virtual world is with, I don't know how it works because I'm not really technical, but
just like Roblox. That's what it looks like.
But you can control that situation. When you're physically in the physical, you can't really control that. So you can't just leave, but you can choose to stay or leave in this situation. Well, just like Grand Theft Auto.
Right. Well, this is why I asked at the beginning, like, is this a big deal, or should we really investigate this? Is this going to be the future where someone could maybe possibly, because I don't know if you could make a virtual threat and maybe get in trouble with the law. I'm sure there's some way you could maybe threaten somebody's life and then maybe, catch a charge. I don't know.
Well, the police can be called on you, and then they'll investigate you. But
right, yeah, like you can if you made a bomb threat on a game or something. I'm not sure you could be investigated. Will this be the next step where somebody virtually rapes you? Will you be able to go to jail for that? Not now, but I'm saying in the future as things change, laws always change and cultures change. Could this possibly be something that could happen in the future where you can actually get prosecuted for virtually raping somebody? And they were like, well, why didn't you log off? I'm like, well, no, I shouldn't have to log off because I'm in the virtual metaverse world.
Have
you? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Let me real quick. Have y'all ever seen Black Mirror? The episodes in there.
Sounds familiar, but I don't think I have.
See, because even with the video games and people going into these video games, different things, stuff, it was just so advanced in Black Mirror that whatever you felt in the virtual world, you would feel physically in the real world. So it's like there was some type of sync with your nerves, your neuron, everything was synced in that world through your mind. So if it became that connective and somebody's doing this stuff to you and you feeling it here in your physical body, whether it happened over there, it's still happening to you here because you're connected. That'd be awful.
That would, yeah.
And you can't necessarily could you wake yourself up and get up? Possibly. But, it says that somebody came up, you walking and somebody came up behind you and hit your head with a bat. Could you control that? But you still felt it. You might can get out of it. I don't know. But I'm just saying that if you look in Black Mirror, there's a few episodes with dealing with virtual reality and syncing yourself with other things going in different worlds and different stuff like that. So it could become a crime. Because if you think of it, even when you're dreaming and something bad is happening in your dream, you're still feeling that. It's like you're there. It's like a lucid dream. You there. So sometimes you can't wake up or you can't press reset or come out as quickly as you want to. So you're still experiencing some of that. So it's a possibility that could happen.
Yeah, I will never say it can't. Because people can get cyberbullied and even commit suicide because of what people have said. I mean, okay, well, Raz, I think we were talking about that earlier today. Yeah, Cardi B, and then we've talked about on the show that people get online bullied, or somebody could say something detrimental about your child on there, and then you can react and get upset. You could just say log off, but of course, that is how a lot of people live their lives, is online, and even their careers is based off of an online presence. When I know this is a little bit different because the person in question is not a celebrity. I don't know what she does. Maybe she was just up there meeting people. I don't know how the metaverse thing works. I don't know if I don't want to know.
I don't either.
It feels like this is going to be the new way for people to communicate. And I think the metaverse jumped on that because of what happened with COVID and people weren't going outside and meeting each other. So now this is another way for people to communicate besides messenger, video chat in the metaverse. And so now people won't even go out and go on dates. And so they can go on dates in this metaverse virtual world now. And everything that can happen in the real world can happen in this world, including rape, virtual rape. I don't know if anybody can get virtually pregnant. I don't know how that works or not, but
virtual child support.
Probably. Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would be surprised.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the Sims game,
right.
I love the Sims.
Yeah,
when I first started playing, like my son and daughter, years ago when they were preteens and teenagers, they play the Sims game.
Mhm.
So I mean, I saw stuff on there, and it was like, yo, that's crazy. But you know, who knows?
Well, what was it? I think it was late 90s or early 2000s.
Mhm.
You remember with the Tamagotchi games?
Yeah.
Well, not even games, the Tamagotchi babies.
Yeah, I had one.
Little small keychain digital babies that people had, and they had like they were taking care of like real babies or real pets. I'm like, you actually have a real pet in the house you could take care of. No. You know, because when the Tamagotchi makes a crap on the floor, doesn't leave a stain and doesn't leave a smell, you got to deal with those real life things. Tamagotchi baby doesn't poop and crap that you can smell. You can easily clean up by just resetting the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the story that came out too, is that it seems like people are now going to start having virtual children. And there's an actual story about that. Let's see. Let me read that right quick. Virtual children. It seems like a giant leap from where we are now. Let's see. Where is let me get to the claim of it.
Let me have virtual baby.
She has dubbed the Tamagotchi generation and claims that within 50 years, technology will have advanced to such an extent that babies which exist in the metaverse, back to the metaverse, are indistinct from those in the real world. As the metaverse evolves, I can see virtual children becoming an accepted and fully embraced part of society in much of the developed world, Campbell says, per the Telegraph via Yahoo. The expert believes that haptic technology, gloves, and even suits that give tactile feedback will enable parents to experience physical affection, such as cuddling with their virtual children. She also predicts that their digital facial expressions will be indistinguishable from that of a real child. Where are we going at with this now? Come on now. So people are even more going to be going away from reality by having virtual kids.
You send them to virtual school.
All right.
Well, that's actually a thing.
Virtual college.
I got one for a Secret Santa, one of the Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchi, yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I got attached to that shit. I really did, because I wanted to make sure it was okay. I remember like a couple days I didn't feed it, and I was just like, it ran away from home. And I was just like
terrible, just terrible.
Wow.
No, we just had like a bag of sugar, and in like high school when we had one of the play babies. They had a bag of sugar and we just painted faces on it.
Oh my goodness!
And people dropped it and it was leaking sugar blood out of his head.
Not now.
Wow.
Them new babies, they're so high tech.
What?
So high tech.
What did y'all go through?
You accidentally drop it and a bruise will show up on the teacher's.
Wow!
Yes. If it cries for too long, they know.
Everything is digitized now on them new babies. You really have to take care of them.
Like a real baby, for real. You can't be yelling at it and stuff.
It ain't no bag of sugar.
It's annoying as hell too. It wouldn't shut up for me. I don't know. That's how I do it.
It'll show up on the thing.
Wow. Well, I'm glad I ain't got to deal with that.
Can you just put it like in a closet or put it in the car and just go back to bed?
No.
Oh, you have to feed it and stuff and tend to it.
Yes, you have to change it. You have to feed it. You have to soothe it. All of that. If it gets sick and everything, you gotta. Yeah.
It's gonna show that you ignored it.
Be quiet.
It's gonna show everything.
Everything.
You'll fail that class if you don't treat it like a baby.
If you take the batteries out, they know.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they really wanted us to be moms.
How did you feed it?
It's a little fake bottle that you get.
Oh my god!
It's like it registers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You done gave it too much.
Right, not burping. You gotta burp it and everything. It was
Wow.
Crazy world we live in.
Well, I think that people are just trying to include everyone that can't have children in that, because now they're like, I don't know. It was a story. It was like, let's make Mother's Day a Parents' Day or something because, transgender people are having kids and stuff like that. And then some people just can't have kids and stuff like that. So I think that they're just trying to include everybody in that, on that platform.
It's called, is adoption that works.
I was like, they're just giving people excuses to just do any and everything. And a lot of with these companies, everything, that they always say on the surface is this, but there's always some sinister or some negative situation going on, underneath all that. So, it's getting crazy out here, y'all.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's true. If we're going this far, you're saying someone can be virtually raped.
Virtually,
maybe you get virtually pregnant. And I do actually think if they're talking about this technology will change in, they say 50 years.
Virtual STDs.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yes, for real. You got a virus. Yeah, you got an infection. Yeah, that's what happened.
A virtual doctor to get it virtually treated.
You don't get virtual condom.
Virtual doctor.
Yes, you got to pay. Yeah.
Do you have to have real money or is virtual money? You can just create it or what?
Well, have y'all seen Demolition Man?
Crypto. Yeah. I love Demolition Man. Good
movie.
Movie.
It's my favorite movie. Oh my God. Here. But when they was like having sex, they wasn't like having sex. They put on those little things.
Right. He's like, what
having sex. That's how it's gonna be.
Well, it's kind of
have all the feelings
virtual,
that you're gonna
not
have.
Virtual doll, but the real dolls that they got out now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, them dolls be thick, y'all. I was thinking about getting one. I was like, damn. I mean, I ain't gonna do nothing with it, but just like,
right.
This my home girl, me taking pictures and shit, be like me and my home girl,
Yo, that's funny. Wow.
I never thought I'd see the day where people pay for virtual stuff. Now, I will tell you, somebody told me before all this shit blew up, they was like, I went to a meeting. They went to a meeting and it was supposed to be like an insider meeting. And they're like, what they're working on right now is this thing called digital assets. To me,
it's real.
It was Greek to me. I'm like, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna fly.
Matter of fact, there were two actors, right? There were two actors. Snoop Dogg had a house in the metaverse virtual world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody paid $400,000 to live next door to Snoop Dogg, have a house next door to Snoop Dogg in this metaverse world. For sure. I was like, what?
Well, I mean, not NFTs. That's something else I don't quite understand. There's been Snoop Dogg, I think, made an NFT of his debut album, Doggy Style, and I'm like, why is that worth more than the regular album?
Right.
Or people who have made just pictures of themselves made it an NFT, and then I was like, well, you can just copy that same picture off the internet, but people were like, well, it's original, and the NFT is supposed to be where you can't copy it. I guess it's supposed to be like a Mona Lisa, where you can make copies of a Mona Lisa, but it's not the original. People will pay hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars of the NFT, whatever kind of NFT is created. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be where you cannot digitally copy it. It's supposed to just remain the same and you can't do anything else with it. But it's, I guess because it's so original, it's supposed to be worth a lot. But I don't understand still quite why it's worth so much.
Me either. Now, I will confess, I made 2 NFTs just to see what it was.
What is an NFT, y'all?
We went through the whole process.
Token.
I went through the whole process, and I made one digital one, and I did one picture one, and I minted it, and I did everything because I just wanted to see what the process was.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the really, high-end ones or whatever, you have to actually like do a lot of more marketing legwork and all that. But I just wanted to go through the process, and I did it. And the crazy thing is, like how we keep talking about metaverse, the NFT world is called what is it? shoot, I can't even think of it. Meta Mask. That's one of the apps. MetaMask and a different one. And so, anyways, the weird thing is after you make one and you realize like this whole thing is freaking fake. It's fake. It's just a way to move money, I think. It's just how the art world got corrupted. You know, just how the art world got corrupted. This is just
it's very corrupt.
It's the next step. That's it. And so, like for instance, if I make a collection of NFTs, everybody knows that the Bored Ape is the biggest one. That's the one you see everywhere.
I'm gonna write this down, y'all.
Like if I make a collection or something like that of like crazy NFTs, like when I start doing my pictures, like for my next series I'm gonna do of pictures, I thought, you know what, I should make this into a series of NFTs. But my thing is like, why are we sitting up here going there? I mean, a part of me is like, this is getting crazy. And then a part of me is like, you're crazy for not investing because this is where the world is going. If they want to pay hundreds of $1,000s for an image that they never actually will even have, let them do it. So I don't know. I'm split. I'm split because
it's like crypto. You know, I don't get crypto. It's like you can't touch it. You can't.
I mean, I understand crypto more because,
but it's made up though. You know,
well, our dollars right now are made up. If you want to be real,
but there's something behind it though. But there's something behind where the value is. There's nothing behind crypto. There is. Yeah, there is.
Not anymore.
Huh?
Not anymore.
Yeah, there is. There is a
our
reason
US
why
dollar is not backed by gold anymore.
Doesn't matter. It's still a reason why there's value behind it, though. There's still a reason why people owe money behind things. There's a reason why there's a value behind a $1 and a $10 bill. Doesn't make sense still, but there's a reason behind it. Crypto is literally not even just crypto. Anything in the realm of crypto. I could make something tomorrow, and it's the same thing. It's just something I made up. You know, these are just regular people making these different digital chains, block crypto chains or whatever you call the things. And people 1 minute will find valuable and then the next minute they're not valuable. Well, it doesn't make any sense to me.
The reason why they're doing it is because that's actually what the United States has been doing for the last, I don't know, 70, 80 years. They just been printing money. Is money really worth anything? Is that paper worth anything?
Yeah.
Our money is not backed by gold. Our money's not backed by gold. So these corrupt bankers have actually been doing NFTs for the last 70 years. It's just that other people are catching on to it now. And they're saying, well, shit, if you can play with Monopoly money, I can play with Monopoly money. Yeah. And so they're like, let me get in the game too. You know, because if the money is not backed by gold, does it even have any worth? No.
But there's still something behind it. What you can do something with a $1 bill and a $10 bill and a $100 bill. Just like there's something of value behind a Kanye West shoe that first came out. It's the same shoe as a Nike shoe and Adidas shoe, but the value is behind the person it comes from. What is the purpose and value it comes from for somebody who just creates it out of their basement?
Well, this is the thing. The government has been printing money that's not backed. So they've actually been doing that. The reason why we can go spend $5 for a loaf of bread right now is because they're allowing us to. They can collapse that at any time. That's true. So the people in the financial world that know this, they're starting to feel like, why are we, because, you know, the top 2-3%, they play this stuff all the time. So they're like, why are we sitting up here struggling paycheck to paycheck, broke, can't even, you know, afford basic needs sometimes. And the money is not even backed by gold. If we would have a disaster right now and you had $10 million in the bank, guess what?
It would mean shit.
It's gonna be shit out of luck.
It has value to it.
It doesn't, because if something really happens, it's not back. The only thing that has value is value.
It doesn't matter. It may be low value, but we still can use it to buy stuff. The only thing
that has value is value. So if our US dollar is not backed by gold right now,
it don't have to be. It may not be as valuable as the euro or the yen, but it still has value. And there's a reason behind the value. What is the reason behind a crypto?
It's
value?
smoke and mirrors.
What backs it up?
It's smoke and mirrors. It doesn't have value right now. No, I'm talking about our dollar does not have real value.
Well, then don't go.
It has it because
I'll show you what value it has.
It has it because we're still playing the game.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Well, you can say it's a game, but the game still has value.
But when the game stops, they can snap their finger and stop it.
Okay,
but that's the game's still going.
It turns to monopoly money. You might as well use it to.
Okay.
You know, but you can still buy a car and a house.
No,
buy anything.
Not if it crashes. When they're ready to crash it, the only thing it's going to be good for is fireplace. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing that money's going to.
People have bought houses and cars with Bitcoin, or in an agreed exchange for a house. I get.
Well, I'm not talking about Bitcoin. I'm talking about the U.S.
No, the U.S. I get it. I'm just comparing it. I don't know how, but
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know how, and I ain't
a corporation.
You're saying it's a game, but it's a game still there.
It is.
It may be smoke and mirrors. I can agree with that. You know, $1 bill. The cost to make a $1 bill is the same cost that makes a $100 bill. Totally understand all that. There's a game being played. What is the game with crypto? Because I don't get it.
They're just copying the United States. That's it.
Yeah, but the United States is a whole country versus like one person makes crypto and then it can, okay, whatever Elon Musk was on, I don't know if that was crypto or whatever, but I know he said something one day on Saturday Night Live and it dropped the value of it the very next night, very next day.
Well, because he took all his money out, all his shares, whatever that was going on with the Bitcoin. When he took everything out, because he had some beef or something with the people with the guy who created the Bitcoin aspect of it, and he put it somewhere else, and now people started putting their money in something else. It's like a Bitcoin but a different name.
Right.
I can't think of what the name is of it right now, but you know, again, influencers, the people who have money can. I don't know why people follow them or listen to them, you know, but that they can change things overnight.
All I'm saying is this:
they're just influential.
The U.S. became a corporation. I mean, an actual legal corporation. We actually incorporated. I don't know if you know this or not, but we are a corporation. In 1930, 40 something. Anyways, we became a corporation. And you know why we have birth certificates right now and marriage certificates and all this? Those are contracts because they expect certain things. If you put your social security number right now, go to the worldwide stock market, you have a value. If you put your social security number and type it in there, you have a value. You know why? Because they expect you to make a certain amount of money for this corporation while you're alive. This is the corporation, and our money is not backed by gold. It's not backed by silver. They are printing monopoly money. And right now we're just playing the game. But at any given time, when they say, boop, game over, game is over. And this is why people need to realize, like, don't ever think because you got a lot of money in the bank, you're secure.
Right.
You need to have actual resources. Mm-hmm. Don't think that when they say curtains closed,
have money to have resources though.
No, you can grow your food. You can
have money to grow food.
You can get gold. You can buy gold and silver. Why do you think all these wealthy people are buying gold and silver right now?
You got to get money to get gold.
Actually, silver.
And the crazy thing is,
everything you're naming, you need money.
They don't physically have it, but you get a certificate to say that. But it's a piece of paper saying that you have it, but you don't physically have it.
No, I'm talking about these people who are really wealthy. They're actually physically getting it. They're getting real, actual gold and silver because when they stop this game that we've been playing for a lot of years, and a lot of people don't know we're playing this game, we're gonna be shit out of luck. And if Lord forbid, if a natural disaster happens, like a worldwide one, like this big one that they're waiting on, this big fault line, Yellowstone National Park, that we're overdue right now. We're literally overdue for this. We're overdue for this damn big mountain to erupt, and that will literally cripple us. It will split the United States. And so if some shit like that happens and it cripples us, only thing they're going to do is collapse the dollar. Whoever survives, survives. Everybody who's always wanted to attack America is going to attack at that time. So I'm just like, you got to realize the government do not have your back like that. That's all I'm saying.
They never have.
Right. Like never.
Play the game, but know it's a game.
Yeah,
have a backup.
Don't sound like the answer to playing it.
I'm just saying, have a backup. Don't think that because you got $500,000 in the bank, that money's not going to be worth nothing when you need to buy food and put
You're not going to have access to it.
Yeah, when you need to put food on the table, that's not going to do nothing for you. That money's going to be like Monopoly money. So it's going to be like
stuff too. You can buy a Park Place with it.
All I'm saying is, like, y'all got to.
I think that when the government basically is like, okay, it doesn't have any value, the people is going to make it have value. I mean,
you think?
Because I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to have to become our own community at that point.
But it won't be money based. It's going to set us back to the damn old days where we're up here trading and bartering. That's what.
Well, maybe we need to do that because hell, relying on the government is just, they put us in debt. As soon as you come out of high school, you in debt. It's just, regardless, the government is not going to help us regardless. And I don't really think that, I mean, in my opinion, I don't think they're going to like get rid of the dollar because that's how they control people. You get free labor off of that.
They're not going to get rid of it, but when it crashes, when it finally crashes, it's not like they want to do it because, of course, they're benefiting off of this shit. They want it to last forever if they could.
Depression happened already one time,
but this depression is like times 10. So I'm saying when that happens but the bubble is been growing. I mean, you could do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. But I'm just saying the bubble has been growing, and when this big one pops, the money is going to go. That's it. Game over. And if you have, when you go sign up for a bank account, they tell you how much they back. That's all you will have access to.
Yeah,
I don't trust bank accounts. I don't do that.
If they say we'll back you up to 100,000, if they say we'll back you 100,000, that's all you're going to have.
Check bearers.
But you know what's funny? You said that they was mad at oh my God, there was it was an article recently where this rich guy, I don't know if he's a boxer or basketball player, football player, and he has like he has mad accounts, and they said no, you can't do that, but he's like, yes, I can. It's my money. I'm gonna put it where I want to put it at, but each one of his accounts has the maximum value that the federal bank or the bank that he has, like if it's $250,000, that's his max in that account. He can go below it, but that's his max. He set up another account, and he has the money separated in different accounts. He may have 100, 200 accounts, but they're saying you can't. Somebody else is trying to tell him that that's not the right way to do it. Bull, that's the right way to do it.
Right, because he don't want to lose his money.
Absolutely.
He's a very smart man.
Yes,
because
he
knows damn well that when this shit crash, I don't care if you got $10 million in the bank, you are going to have what they said they were backed, and that's it. And when it gets bad like that in America, I'm not talking about one of these other countries. When it gets that bad in America, honestly, screw the money because it's really not going to help you at that point. And when that happens here, it's going to be about survival. When that happens here, you might as well, like I said, use that money in the place of firewood. That's the worth of it. Right? When it happens here, you need how many seeds do you have? Now, I'm not trying to get all hootie, but I had, let me tell you something. I had a vision about this shit. I'm not trying to get hootie on y'all, but I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. It's going to happen in America. And people are going to be saying, never in America. But guess what? Every country can fall. Every country has a rise and fall. And if you don't know how to survive, you better start looking it up.
Well, if you don't know how to live off no seeds in here.
I'm talking about seeds.
Not sunflower seeds.
No, I'm talking about grow your own shit.
You know them seeds I don't even fool with. You know what seeds I mess with.
No,
I know they're messing with seedless watermelon and stuff.
No, I'm saying if anything, well, look right now. Go ahead.
Chris called it.
Google it. If you Google right now, seed depletion or anything like that, Google it. Seed depletion. Companies right now are actually getting.
I got no land out here though.
They're getting stopped from selling certain seeds because they know when this food shortage happens, people are going to be like, "Oh, dang, let me try to grow something."
We ain't got nothing to grow. We don't got no land. Living in these cities.
But you want to know But you want to know the good thing for that though? The farmers had really lost a lot in 2020 when COVID happened, and that's going to bring the farmer back, you know, and that's going to bring the natural.
The farmer is not to be able to keep up with.
And how are you gonna buy from the farmer with no money?
You gotta research urban gardening.
I mean, you know, they use what they got to get.
So we just gonna die. That's what it sounds like.
You got to research urban gardening. No, you don't got a big yard, but you might have to get a couple of them big tubs and put them in there. You know, I watched a documentary about like some of the surviving Nazis in certain places like in around Germany. I watched about 3 or 4 documentaries on that, and you know, some of them families only survived because they had a couple of tubs of dirt that they could grow just a few different vegetables. Otherwise, they would have starved to death.
I bet.
Urban gardening. You might not have a big yard. You need to learn how to grow something, though.
Yeah, you do. People need to learn how to have a green thumb. I'm just saying, you know, just in case.
Because it might be life or death. Because guess what? You can be a millionaire, but when the stores is empty and all the windows is busted out and farmers are getting shot and their cattle is getting stolen, like that's survival.
Shoot, that ain't gonna matter then. You can grow it all you want. So I'm just gonna have to rob the other person.
Yeah. Have y'all seen the movie called, what's it called? Martian or something like that? Where it was
Martial law.
What is it?
Martial law?
No, it was like basically it was one of the Wahlburger I don't know. Anyways, whatever. I'm not even going. But it's a movie where this man was on a space mission with his people, and he got hurt, and they had to leave him behind. And he grew. All he had was potatoes.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And so he had to grow potatoes for the months that he was there, and he survived off of potatoes.
That's probably based off that Nazi thing I'm telling you about, because that's what a lot of those refugees did. They grew potatoes, they grew a couple of herbs, some grew tomatoes, but they grew like 3 or 4 things. And they literally, that's what they ate, surviving. And I'm not trying to put fear in nobody, but I'm telling you right now,
the hell you ain't. You talking about people surviving.
No, I'm telling you, no.
Right.
Okay, well, you know what?
She knows something we don't know.
No, it's not fear, but I'm gonna tell you right now.
How is it not fear?
There's just a couple of visions I stand by to my death, and this is one of them. And my vision, America looked like a third world country, and I'll never forget it. It looked like a damn third world country. That's how bad it got now. I don't know if we got attacked. I don't know if we had that natural disaster. This is why I be Googling so much stuff, because I'm trying to figure out like, when does this shit happen? Because it's still stuck in my mind from when I was like 13. I had this when I was 13. This is like an open vision. Not a go to sleep. I mean, an open vision. So I'm just saying, I'll never get that out of my mind. I'll never get it out of my heart. I'll never get it out of my spirit. I seen it, and it was here in America. It was not another country. So all I'm saying is, like, when I say this with passion, it's because after you have an open vision, you are already there. You spiritually there. So I felt the fear of everybody. And I just want to say, like, don't depend on no damn dollar. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
If I can say this to anybody, don't depend on the dollar. Get your own seeds. Get your own, plan. Get your own plan in your head, and don't think that the government is going to come save you when the shit hit the fan.
They're not coming. They gonna hide.
No, they're gonna be in their bunkers.
Yeah, that's how they're gonna hide
with their servers and nannies and everybody else that they already got set up.
Yeah, I mean the rich people. The rich people going to space. It's just like everybody going to Mars. Like the wealthy is gonna go to Mars, and they're gonna leave, us down here to figure the shit out after they've completed Earth.
We got way off topic.
I know, right? Look, we into conspiracies and everything. No,
that ain't conspiracy.
Nothing to do with online anymore.
Oh Lord.
Went from virtual rape two talking about no money in the world and trying to feed each other with seeds.
Well, that's probably where it stems off of. We're disconnecting from reality. We're disconnecting from the world and reality. And so just as realistic things is going on.
We sure are. Sure are disconnected.
I said buy seeds. Nobody gonna be full off of seeds. But start
how we gonna buy seeds with no money, man?
I'm talking about right now, buy them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not that expensive. Buy seeds right now. I got a whole box of them.
I got a whole box of seeds too. I'm just be staring at them like
sunflower seeds. Yes, we definitely.
These cucumbers finna be fat.
You're right.
All right, y'all. Let's move on. All right, let's see. Everyone's favorite comedian, Monique, has been in the news lately. Got in a little tiff with D.L. Hughley. Any of y'all fans of any of those two?
I love them. Yes,
both of them. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah, they're all right.
When's the last time you laughed at a Monique joke?
Precious.
That was a joke. D.L. Hughley said that was an autobiography about her.
You gonna put something in that pot, Precious? I loved her in that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
So they had Are y'all caught up on the tiff between those two? Did you see the on-stage rant that Monique had about D.L. Hughley?
Yes.
Wow.
For those who didn't see it, for whatever reason, I'm gonna blame the promoter on this. It sounds like a promoter issue, and she just took this public where she should have had a talk with DL, and then they should have had a talk with the promoter.
No, they should have all got together.
Right. There was an issue of who was supposed to be the headliner with the show, and then they both went back and forth and released documents, a contract here. Monique said she was supposed to be the headliner. DL released a document, a memo deal that said he was the headliner. I saw a poster that showed D.L. Hughley as the headliner and Monique and the other comedians in the background of the poster. And I didn't even find out till later because I haven't seen any footage of D.L. Hughley. I didn't know he performed at the very end as a headliner. Mm-hmm. So it, to me, gives me the reason to think that he is the headliner. Maybe Monique was told she was going to be the headliner, and then the promoter changed his mind. Seems like he is in the wrong. I don't know. Whoever the promoter is in the wrong for getting the mix up. But Monique, I felt like went overboard talking about this on a public platform and in all places in a comedy place. Seems like this was her act for the night, was to talk about her disdain with D.L. Hughley and saying some few unpleasant choice words for him.
Said that a bitch is the headliner. The headliner. Let me say it again. The headliner. That's what the motherfucking contract says. Monique is to be the last motherfucking person on the goddamn stage. She is the headliner. That's what I signed the fuck up for. I'm 30 plus years in this motherfucking business and I don't open for no goddamn body. The contract said the headliner. The contract said the headliner. The contract said the headliner. But a nigga named D.L. Hughley turned into a bitch and said I won't perform if she does that. I won't go out if she does that. Nigga, you open for the kings of comedy. I close for the queens of comedy, nigga. And you think that I don't have a dick, that ain't my position, nigga. So when I leave this motherfucker, the headliner has left. I don't fuck with nobody. I don't fuck with no motherfucking body. But when you cross the line with me, nigga, you have crossed the motherfucking line. And that bitch, nigga, has crossed the motherfucking line. See, we got a history, nigga. We got a history. That nigga went on a tour talking about all Monique wasn't. You can Google it right now. D.L. Hughley on Monique, all I wasn't, what I wasn't worth, all of this bullshit. And nigga, you put your feet under my motherfucking table. So you came to my home, nigga, and you put your feet under my motherfucking table. I don't get down like that, goddammit. You got a bitch wrong. You talk about Young Thug, and because of their names, nigga, your name is DL. What the fuck does it stand for? Hey, how far you bending over, nigga, on the DL? You fuck with the wrong one? That's my family, nigga. I'm home, nigga. I'm motherfucking home, yo. I go all the way back with Coco in the motherfucking lounge in the back of the bar when they was cooking motherfucking fried fish, bitch. That's me, nigga. That's me, Detroit. I'm the bitch who did fuck a nigga in the car, but bitch, that happened so long ago. See, black women, let me tell you something. A lot of black men in Hollywood got a problem with me. Because I got a motherfucking black king. That's my husband. And them niggas can't understand it. They can't fathom it. It makes them motherfucking sick. Because at what time did black men start attacking black women? What kind of real nigga is that? That's a bitch nigga. That's a bitch nigga.
All right, and that's yeah.
Okay.
So she don't like DL Hughley right now. She got a little bit of a beef with him.
But you know what bothered me the most, brother?
What's that?
Now, that was just one small portion of the clip. But when she went in on his wife,
Mm-hmm.
and she talking about see that would cause me to get on a plane and come see you personally, both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just took that. Certain things you say, okay, but leave my wife and my family out of this. They ain't got nothing to do with what we got going on. When you cross that line, I was like, I'm gonna come see you.
Okay, Gangster Chris. Goodness.
Nah, that was
See,
that was terrible.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you would have been playing right into her hand.
Yeah.
For sure.
She weaponizes, I guess, attacking the black female. She weaponizes that at any turn, even though it could be just someone. Criticism, all criticism is not bad criticism. You know, there's positive criticism, there's reinforcing criticism, and there's negative criticism. Every criticism that's given to you is not looked at as an attack. It could be looked at as a time to learn and get better at the previous mistakes that you have made. Unfortunately, Monique has had a lot of tiffs with, and maybe rightfully so, with Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Malcolm Lee Malcolm, whatever his name is, dude that did Empire. And Netflix, and the way she came at Netflix and demanding her pay being comparable to some of the other comedians, Amy Schumer, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, and such. And they're like, you haven't done nothing in a minute, ma'am, to warrant this kind of pay. Queens of Comedy was, almost 15 some odd years ago. You can't live off of that anymore. We need new stuff. So we're not going to pay you as the people who have been doing recent stuff, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Amy Schumer, whatever. You have to be paid for what you have done lately, not for what you've done in the past. And D.L. Hughley has spoken on that as the truth. That is not an attack. Especially if it's true, it's not an attack. But she has been living off doing that for quite a while. Sometimes I think she has been right in what she does. Sometimes I think she's wrong. In this case, this could have been handled in private. She already has a reputation for doing this anyway. She just kind of got back on, in Hollywood with 50 Cent. I think he signed her up for her to act with the BMF TV show. And then she does this show with D.L. Hughley and a slew of other comedians. And it would behoove her to not do something outlandish like this. People are coming there to get entertained. after we just have heard shootings in Buffalo, New York, and Texas, and such, and everything that they're going through in their lives or whatever, they don't want to come here and hear other people's stresses. They want to come here to be entertained and laugh. They don't want to hear about the things that you're going through with another man, another figure, another celebrity. They want to be entertained. They want to laugh. They want to be happy. That was the wrong place to release all your stresses with the world with, unless you were going to make it funny. Mm-hmm. I didn't find anything she said was funny. It was demeaning.
Demeaning, yes.
Talking about the man's father, talking about the man's wife, talking about using homosexual references in part of her jokes.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't. It was demeaning, if anything. There was nothing funny about what she did, and they didn't pay for that. So what do y'all think about that? Do you think that situation should have been handled differently than what she presented there?
People love drama.
Alex, I'll let you go first.
Because I don't want to go too long, but I'm going to just say this. Did anybody watch the full, I think it was 65, 70-minute live she did?
Which one?
About this.
Which one?
She only did one.
I see more than one.
Well, I mean about this specifically.
That's what I'm talking about.
Her and her husband, they did about like a 60, 75-minute live. And to be honest, I was ready to immediately jump on it got to be you, Monique. I was ready to jump on the train. I was. But you know how YouTube is. So you might watch a clip or something, and then it'll automatically play a next thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I was cooking, doing the dishes, whatever I was doing, it started playing the long one. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something, baby. A whole lot of shit came out in the long one.
Okay.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. So you got to be willing to listen to the full story.
I listened to the full story.
And not the good story. Because the good story is what we're hearing. The full story is what her and her husband got together did. And I do say that I agree with all your points in the light that we have seen so far. But when the rest of the light comes in, other things start making sense too. And that's all I'm gonna say. So I mean, I'm not trying to play devil's advocate, but I will say, well, no, because it's too long. You need to listen to the whole thing.
Just give us a short version of it. What did she say?
So basically, she said she kept it real. She said everything I did and said on stage was on purpose.
Okay.
Basically, she said she was waiting to hand him his ass. She said she don't care where she would have been on that lineup. She was waiting for the opportunity to see him in person to hand him his ass. And that's what she said.
That wasn't in person though.
Reason being, she said, y'all do your own research. She said, Google every interview, everything he's ever done. And I'm talking about this is years. I did a little Google and she was right. She said, you're not going to find one video about me talking shit about him. She said, you're going to find multiple videos of him talking about me, talking about what I am not, what I don't deserve, what I shouldn't have got, who I ain't, and all this. And she said, basically, he has been slandering her. Now, to the point of
on his platform or on a comedy show,
attacking family and all that. She said that he has made plenty of jokes about the fact that whatever her little pet name is before with her and her dude, that's her business. But he has tried to make it weird because, you know, she calls her dude daddy and he calls her mama. Well, I mean, that's their thing.
He's done it in front of her though.
But they got their own special. No, but he has on interviews, and that's what she's saying.
And in front of her as well. So he didn't hide it.
Well, she said over the years, he has done a lot of things. And so basically she said that no matter where she would have been on that lineup, she was mentally wired to do that. Another good point she brought up, because I did scrutinize both documents. I mean, I looked at them. I zeroed in on them. And she was exactly right. What he posted was a memo. It was not a signed contract.
Then why was his face on the poster then?
Because that's what his people worked out. But at the end of the day, she had 2
She
signatures.
was the headliner, right?
Well, she had 2 signatures on hers.
That was her contract, though.
But
Her husband created that.
But it was signed though, and he still never produced anything with no signature. And everybody knows that a deal memo is not a contract.
Right.
It's what I want. It's what I want. It's not a signed contract. So that's another good point she made. And then the last good point she made, to me, in my eyes, okay, I'm just speaking from my own judgment, because like I said, I was ready to jump on it's you, Monique. It's not everybody else. She said that what really put the icing on the cake for her and her husband is, I guess, because she was on a show one time, and one of the people who was like running the show, his show, as a guest, and they did some kind of thing where they wanted to play a game, and they asked her, would you rather? And the would you rather question was, would you rather sleep with Lee Daniels?
That's the guy I was on think of.
Yeah. Would you rather sleep with Lee Daniels with the condom, or Corinne Steffens, aka her head, without one? She said that she told him that she felt like that was out of line, and she thought that, he would have her back. But instead, he kind of jumped down her throat like, this is what we do. The point is you're going to insult either one of them, regardless of what you say. And so she was just like, that's kind of out of line. So when she talked to him, and he kind of shot it down like, this is what we do, whoop-de-woo, whatever. She said that at that point, she said she let it go, but she said, if I was you, I would not air that because it's going to make you look bad. Case in being, he never aired it. So obviously he took her advice. He never aired it. And she never mentioned it. But she said ever since then, they have had a problem. Ever since then, they've had a problem. And she said, and it's been talking.
Sounds like he was being considerate, though.
Well, no, he didn't air it because she warned him that you're going to get backlash. And so he didn't air it.
Right. That's being considerate.
Well, she was being considerate by telling him that because he wanted her to roll with it. But she was just like, this is going to make your show look bad. I wouldn't air it. And whether he received it the wrong way or not. Long story short, the beef is old. The beef is old. And she said that she was going to do that no matter where she was on the lineup. It don't matter.
That's what we're talking about.
Doing this, doing that. She didn't care what it was. She said that from day one, she already had in her mind, when I see him and I get the chance, I'm going to do this. So it had nothing. She said that was just the icing on the cake. That's it. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. And she made that very clear. If you listen to the whole 60, 70 minutes, she reiterated. She said, listen, y'all need to understand this is just the straw that broke the camel's back. She was like, this is so much stuff behind the scenes that she don't even put out. She just said that this was my chance to do what I said I was going to do. And she did it. Right or wrong, she did.
But that's not a chance because that's not in front of him. You should do that in front of him.
He was at the show, so yeah, it was in front of him.
I mean, it just makes her look more.
It did.
Like volatile, you can't work with her because they have been trying to blackball her for a long time. They have been saying that she's difficult to work with. She's this, and that. And, people have strong personalities. And, speaking for myself, a lot of times I can offend people because they're like, oh, my God, how you talk. You're so blunt and this, and that. And I have to take a step back and realize, okay, yeah, I'm being real and I'm expressing how I feel. But people aren't going to take that as like I'm respecting them. I'm actually disrespecting them by the way that I'm talking to them, but it's natural to me. And to be honest, she needs to learn emotional maturity. I love Monique. I watched her for years. I love her. She's about women and everything. But I do feel that she uses the Black woman as some type of like, oh, they're disrespecting the Black woman and I'm not going to stand for it. But it's certain things that you can't be so emotional on. That was not the right place to address him. If it's old beef, you should address that years ago. This is to bring you back. And you can't keep saying you've been doing this for 30 years and people are supposed to respect you. Babies are being born. Half the time people don't even remember you. Like it's new generations. You get what I'm saying? So you can't just come out and say, I've been doing this for 30 plus years. You have to respect me. You have to be respectful. I mean, yeah, not black men, but yeah, men in the industry have kind of put women down. And yes, you have to fight for your position. And I respect that. But it's a way that you go about it. You can't bring up somebody's family, kids, or, oh, I'm the headliner and this, and that. To me, honestly, so what?
Yeah. What does the wife have to do with it?
Yeah, that's what fucked me up. Excuse me.
What does the father have to do with it?
So if you listen to the long interview,
I heard it all.
She addressed it. She said the reason. She said she in her mind, anyways, in her mind, she never attacked the wife. She said, I feel sorry. She said, I feel sorry for your family because
your wife is sucking on a gay man's dick, pretty much is what she said.
Well,
put it in other terms, that's what she said.
She said
a coward's dick. That's what she said.
She said that particular piece in response to the jokes that he's made about her husband.
Oh, what about the father?
On many interviews. So he's insinuated that he's that way. So she's just going back and forth. But
that was lighthearted banter, though. That wasn't a joke.
Well, that's what she was saying. She said
that wasn't lighthearted, though.
No. He attacked her husband.
I feel like once you bring up somebody's family, it's
never lighthearted. Yeah, you can't say that's lighthearted.
He did that in front of her, though. That's the difference, though. That wasn't done on the stage and D.L. Hughley was behind. That was done on the show together. The husband was sitting there along with Monique. They do jokes like that on the show.
Gloves are off. Once you bring it,
come on now.
Yep.
Well,
you
like that all the time.
Honestly, according to her interviews and the ones I Googled, he has made a lot of statements about her family, about her husband, and so just because everybody hasn't seen them, that don't mean that she doesn't build. Well, you haven't seen all of them, obviously.
I've seen a lot of them, but you don't know what I've seen.
I think that the difference is because it was to make money and to re-promote herself in front of an audience. They wasn't trying to come. Yeah, they wasn't trying to come to hear about y'all beef and stuff like that. You know, I'm here. You said you've been in the game for 30 years, then go ahead and show me your 30 years in the game. Shit, I'm just saying. Like, I didn't come here for that.
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, Alexa. I'm not saying she doesn't
have
any beef.
But see, this is the main point. This is the main point. He got on the radio. He did everything the next day talking about she ruined the show. That's what he basically said because of what the country is going through and this and that and that. What she said was this: she did not ruin the show. His set was fucked up because she killed it and he didn't. And what she said, she has been going behind people that have talked about her, that have talked about her husband. Basically, she's saying she's just a fucking better comedian. She's saying she didn't have to go up behind people who done trashed her, that done did this, who did it. She said, so the fact is that he just could not handle it because the fact that she didn't close, his set did not end as well as hers. So because it didn't.
What set? She didn't do a set. She just.
Well, I'm talking about him closing that show. She said when he closed his show, he didn't get the response he thought he was going to get. That's why he was really pissed. And see, that makes sense.
Maybe he didn't. After they talked shit about him and said all the things, they probably were thinking about.
If you're a comedian, you go up there and you do your thing. And so that's what she was saying. She has been going behind people that said shit and she still killed it. So she's like, why is he so sensitive all of a sudden?
Really?
Why is he so sensitive?
She's sensitive.
You say the same thing about her though?
Yeah, she's sensitive as fuck because she's been doing this to. She said that people have been blackballing her. She's difficult to work with and stuff like that. My thing is,
the point.
So many people saying the same thing about you. It's you. And yeah, it may not be as extreme as they are saying because, people over exaggerate, but the common denominator is you. everybody's having a problem with you. So you need to address that. It's stopping your coins. And I know she loves her husband. Okay. I love that she loves her husband, but I just feel like she just really is too emotional over that man. Like he
Well, I
got
mean,
to have the
she
dick of
made it
Thor
clear.
or some shit. I
She
don't
made
fucking
it.
know.
She made it clear that she is taking L's, that she's taking losses. She made it clear she knows she's sacrificing. She said the reason why she's doing it is because nobody else is. She said the reason why she's gonna keep talking, the reason why, and honestly, I don't really agree with her 60% of the time. I mean, 60% of the time, I don't agree with her. But I will say this: she made a couple of damn points I ain't never heard before. So I'm saying, like, when I listened to that long ass interview, I mean, I did listen to every word thoroughly. She made a couple of points that I knew for a fact, like, okay, now I see where she's going with this. So she's basically like this. She done gave examples of situations that she was in backstage that never came to light, ever. It was just a personal thing that she just kept. But she's like, this is why she keeps doing it. And she's like, she's not stupid. She knows she's burning bridges. She knows she's missing bags.
So then she can't blame anybody then.
But she wants people to know that she has a higher purpose. Like she wants to shed light on shit. Because a lot of corrupt stuff is happening behind the scenes that people don't know. And this is why, the reason why I listened to the whole interview is because I've seen a couple of people that was supporting her.
Mm-hmm.
People I always thought, like, you know, these are nice, high esteemed professional people. I'm thinking, like, why are they backing her? Is it, I mean, I know it ain't for clout because she ain't got no clout, you know. So my thing is, I see certain people backing you and I'm just like, do y'all know something I don't know?
I mean, but that doesn't mean anything either. You know, it's like, you know, it's a way to go about to gain your respect in the game. Yes, we know it's corrupt. We been knew that, but you're coming out as an angry Black woman. You know what I'm saying? The whole stigma of everybody looks at the Black woman as angry anyways. And the fact that we don't even know what's going on and you coming out and trying to expose somebody, but you're not doing it in the right way.
Right.
You're actually proving the other people right.
But even if all the things you said are right, Alexa, let's say I agree with everything you said, and Dio was talking bad about her, and I'm not even saying you're totally wrong about that. It's still a way to handle it. Let's just go back to the Will Smith Chris Rock incident, where maybe he didn't agree with the joke that was said about his wife. The worst thing he did was to go up and slap somebody on stage instead of handling it backstage, where we didn't have to see that, because all people are going to remember now is the slap. They're not going to remember the joke. And with Monique, all they're going to remember is how she dissed D.L. Hughley, not all the other stuff that maybe D.L. Hughley did to her. If she really wanted to get at him, she should have got at him backstage, or all the stuff she said on stage, say it on your platform, like you said DL was saying about you on his platform.
Now let me this is the perfect example, and this happened to me most of my life, right? You got, like, we riding home on a school bus as little kids or teenagers, and you just always had these certain individuals that try to pick on you or call you names and try to put you down and all that stuff until you knock them out. You say something to them or do something to them, now everybody looking at you like you crazy or something's wrong because you went off on him. Or it's just like the bully, you know, professional football, basketball game. Somebody might have been elbowing me and doing stuff all game long under the pile, you know, they just doing extra, right? But when you retaliate, who's the one get penalized and get caught?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is a prime example of that. When things build up and you retaliate, the only thing they see is you doing something that they don't see what the person done did through a course of period of time.
And you got to look at history.
Yeah, but nobody cares.
Change maker ever quietly done it the right way? Or no, did they get assassinated, defamed, killed, and then years later we say, oh, they was right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about it. I mean, they crucified Jesus because they said he was a devil worshiper. If you really look at it, because they said he was a devil worshiper.
We're not going to compare Jesus and Monique. I'm going to
No, it's not about comparing.
No, it's not that.
No, I'm talking about in history, the change makers are always demonized during the time they're doing what they do.
But there also were people on their side too, though.
Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. I mean, hell, look at Nat Turner.
But you got to have a purpose you're fighting for too. And the thing she's fighting for, she's not winning it by the route she is going.
Right.
Her purpose is to shed light on some of the stuff that's going on. And obviously,
what light did she shed though?
Well, honestly, I don't even think that that's what she's trying to do. I just feel like she's just trying to have people to recognize that she's been in the game for 30 years. Like, I just don't.
I think that's her ego talking.
Why she has to say that every single time. You know,
that's her ego talking, and we all do have an ego. Some people's turned up high, some people turned up low. But at the heart of her message, is what she's saying is this has been a corrupt game, and she gets extra pissed off when she sees what she calls her brothers, which is people in our community, Black and brown community, buying into this. And when I listen to the full one, I'm just going to keep it 1,000. She made a lot of sense on some points because she was talking about stuff that's not discussed openly. She was talking about things that happen. I'm talking about with deals, okay? With the money involved, with the people involved, because she was calling out names. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, damn, she's putting people on blast.
Hearsay.
Receipts. You know, she's basically like.
Well, allegedly.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about like just the fact that she's recalling situations.
Yeah, right.
Where she tried to stand up for people. And she said this is the reason why she really started getting blackballed in the first place is because she was trying to not let people be undermined. You know,
or taken advantage of.
Right. So like if there's this producer that is, you know, doing this movie or show, whatever, and then this other name producer, you know, old Hollywood, old money, come in and try to take over and demean and all that. Like she was known to be the person that say, wait, this is his production. You know, he got hired, he got funded. I'm not going to let you do this to this like that type of thing. And I gotta keep it real. I can't do nothing.
I mean, but that's cool. You can do that. But when you come off as arrogant or when you come off as I run this and it's gonna, you feel me? I know what you're trying to do. And you use because I'm a Black woman and you're trying to silence me and belittle me as, you know, as a victim status. And I just feel like it's just come to the point where she uses that as, oh, I'm a victim and y'all been doing this for years and now I'm gonna come out and expose y'all. And it doesn't make sense. Like, get your coins, get your money. The people that were doing something to you, they apologize to you. So I feel like this is a clean slate. Because for a long time, they were blackballing her. She wasn't getting no play. She wanted to be a house mom. She wanted to be with her husband. She wanted to be with her kids. She didn't want to promote. She didn't want to do anything to promote herself. And that's why they weren't including her. And then when they finally try to work with her, she tried to be like, well, I've been in here 30 years in the game. I don't have to do anything. It doesn't work that way.
In the end result, do you think this is going to get her more shows?
No.
The way she did this?
No.
This is why I'm saying if she is trying to further her career, like she may have a mission where she wants to bring light to the table, what's done behind closed doors to Black females. That may be true, but you can't do it when no one's actually able to see you actually talk about it, except on your own platform. And if you're going to do that, then fine, do that. But if you're going to be a comedian and that's your job that you're going for that night, then do that. She could have did all that on her platform and had just as many people talking about what she's talking about now on her own. What she did this live stream, what you watched and all the other live streams, what she did with her husband, she could have done it there the same way. Unless DL Hughley did the same thing that she did to him on a stage doing comedy, then no, I don't see what she did as being right. She could have done this on her show, another Do it on Ellen. Ellen just went off the air. Do it on her last show. People would have definitely watched that with being her last episode. Make up with Oprah and do it on hers, or make a movie. I don't know. Do a YouTube live. Make a comedy show on
do
YouTube.
your own comedy show. Yeah, do your own comedy show. And I'm not saying that I like, I mean, I like D.L. Hughley, and he does say some off the wall stuff, and he's disrespectful. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like she's hurting herself. You are hurting your brand.
She don't
and
care.
Yeah. Well, then she needs to retire then, and she doesn't need to do any shows, and she doesn't need to be on tours with people that she doesn't like or has, this beef with from years ago. It doesn't make any sense.
Should have retired. Martin Luther King should have retired. They was going against the
No, that's not the same thing. We're not. No. That is not the same thing.
No, I'm talking about when somebody is passionate about something, money is out the window.
Then you can do whatever you're passionate about on your own platform. Don't come on a tour with other people and they're trying to get money and make money, and then you on here bashing another black man, because we always, as black women, say the black man needs to protect the black woman and this and that, but we steady disrespecting the black man. Like he said, she could have had a conversation with him behind stage and stuff like that. She didn't have to come on stage and disrespect him, even though he is disrespectful. It's just the way that you go about it.
What if Monique worked at an Applebee's and came to your table and served you food and started talking about this guy was doing such and such to her and took money away from her and beat her and all this stuff? Like, I just want my food. Your job is a waitress.
Right.
You just give me my food. Her job in that instance was a comedian.
Artist. You can't define people's art. That's
you can. You can define comedian. You have to tell jokes.
That's the problem with the world.
No, it isn't.
They want an artist to say,
you don't go drawing with a stick.
No, you cannot. It's called art.
You can. Yeah, it is called art for a reason, because there's a definition behind it.
Every great artist has broken rules, broken norms, and has pissed people off.
And done nothing with it. That's all. And done nothing with it.
But Dave Chappelle, even when Dave Chappelle talks shit about people, he say it in a joke. Like, he doesn't go on rants like that. She went on a rant. It wasn't even about the comedy anymore.
When you paint something, you can't paint something and talk.
Show off. They just try to remove it. Okay.
They what?
They just try to. She mentioned Dave Chappelle. They just try to remove his last Netflix.
But it was done in jokes, though. She was not doing this in jokes.
Everybody's going to always get pissed off at an
artist. This wasn't aimed at everybody. This is one person.
Which, I mean, Netflix was wrong for not paying her money. Like, I don't appreciate that. Netflix, they do pay men differently in the industry than they do for women. So I feel like she was in the right for that. But I just feel like, you're not going to just come out of basically retirement because you didn't want to promote, you didn't want to do anything, because you felt like your name was enough, and then you feel like people are supposed to respect you, and you can come and attack people, and it's just not. No, you can't do it. So people are gonna still buy her shows because they love Monique, but I'm not buying the ticket.
All I'm saying is I don't agree with a lot of artists, but what I do respect is art. So if you're going to do something, then do it. Because at the end of the day, you only got one life. Be wrong and die wrong, because everyone's going to see you through their lenses anyway.
But here's the difference between that.
Anyway, they can hate you, they can love you, but when you try to tell somebody else how to do their art, then it's not art anymore.
Well, you know why they can tell you what to do? Because they're paying you.
They're the consumer.
Martin Luther King wasn't getting paid for civil rights. He was doing that for other people. So you can't come to my venue and I'm paying you to tell jokes.
They cannot pay you. How about that?
Right. But don't
then you flip it into this, narrative.
You can't come crying about jobs and then say, I'm gonna do what I want to do. You can't come crying about it
then. Let the seats be empty, and then maybe she'll change her ways.
They won't be empty. They'll have
they have been empty. Nobody fucking with Monique. Nobody was messing with Monique because Tyler Perry said that she's hard to work with. Oprah said the same thing. Lee Daniels said the same thing. Even though he apologized because he was like, damn, I did hurt this black woman's career and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, wasn't nobody buying no Monique show. And like I said, I love her and I support her and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, she did it to herself. She wanted to be a wife. She wanted to be a mom. Kudos. I support that. But you cannot come back and be like, my name says it. I'm this and that. I've been 30 years in the game and I can disrespect anybody that I want to disrespect. You cannot do that. We don't see what's going on.
But she can do it because she does.
Do it on your own show.
This is all I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. She can because she does.
She can. If they don't invite her, she can't do it.
So then don't buy her shit. And if she gets
evicted, they won't. If she keeps doing that, they won't.
But this is what we need to think like as a society. Let artists be artists. If you hate this shit, just
they can be artists, man.
Then don't support it.
But you know what?
They were trying to give her a chance, though, Alexa. That's what you don't get. If I own a club and I say tell jokes, not talk about personal shit, then I want you to tell jokes. I'm paying you to tell jokes. Do that on your own platform.
If do that after you tell jokes. Can you talk shit about him after you done told your joke?
Right. Do that on your show because you can do that on your show. Do your art on your show.
Don't hire her again. Don't hire her again. That's what the promoter.
Right.
And that's what's going to happen.
But then you can't complain then.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen because at the end of the day,
but at the end of the day,
yeah, somewhere else.
At the end of the day,
she can do what she wants, then form her own comedy show. But she ain't done that. You know why? Because it ain't gonna work that way. She needs the other people to put her on a stage.
Yes.
And you don't have to go on the stage. You gotta do it the way they want you to do it.
Until they
can't do what you want. Art is not art when money is involved.
Until they shut her all the way down, she's gonna do what she want to do.
Well, she has been. Someone tried to give her a chance.
She was shut down. And then when they're trying to bring her back because they're like, damn, well, maybe we did come at Monique hard and stuff like that. And it's not, I don't know. At the end of the day, she's ruining her own image. She's ruining herself. Yes, you can stand up for yourself and others and say, hey, I'm not gonna, take your shit. You can do that. But when it affects your queens,
but why do we care?
Denominator is you.
She cares.
At the end of the day,
what needs
to happen?
Let Chris go. Yeah.
Look, I just said at the end of the day, right? What needs to happen is they need. I don't care if they get on a Zoom or they get on whatever that is, and both of them apologize to each other and squash this. Admit that they both had their accountability into what happened and how it happened and move forward. She has to, I think both of them at some point should issue an apology because sometimes, stuff goes too far.
Right.
I agree with everybody's points. Because it's real. I mean, it happened. I just want her to learn.
Go too far.
I just,
Our investment goes too far. That's what goes too far.
So I feel like
our emotional investment. That's what goes too far. Them is people just like us.
We are emotional people. We're human, and sometimes that aspect happens, and we be like, "Whoa, damn!" But that just happened. It does. And we can't take that back. But at the end of the day, I really think because one thing I don't and I hate seeing, and even going back to this Chris Rock situation, I hope that I haven't heard it. I haven't seen no videos or nothing. I hope that he apologized to this man. Or they do something together where they can speak and talk. It ain't gotta be publicly, but at least that can happen and take place to diffuse that fire, to diffuse, what happened between these two individuals. Because at the end of the day, people love drama, but at the same time,
you froze.
I thought you did too.
I just don't like seeing that publicly, and people have used social media as an excuse. People have used platforms as an excuse sometimes to go ahead and sling their mud or whatever that is. But at the same time, somebody else is going to they're going to throw mud back. So it's how you present it and how you bring it to the forefront. Like I said, if that was a comedy show, I really think that she should have just stuck to the comedy and took this some action, some other manner, and how to bring it across. But that's just my thought on it. I'm hoping that she still has opportunities, but if not, she's going to take the money she has to put some things together, or put some comedians and people together that she can work with.
Yeah, she can do a new Queens of Comedy. Why she can't do that?
Right.
All I'm saying is this, real quick, y'all. We got to stop being so emotionally invested into these people who bleed.
I'm not either way.
Who bleed, eat, shit, and die like us.
We're just giving them
let her fuck up. Let her fuck up her money. Let her fuck up her bag. Let her burn bridges. Let her fuck up her marriage if that's what she wants to do. Because at the end of the day, we're not her publicists. We don't get a dime from every show she does. Yeah, we sitting up here talking about opinions, but every person in history has kind of been in her position. So I'm just saying, from my point of view, I'm just going to look and observe the show. I'm going to learn from what I can learn from, and I'm going to earn from what I can earn from. Because trust me, I'm earning and learning all the time. I don't care if it's a good example or a bad example. I'm looking at the details in it. What can I take? What can I do? Because I don't know what they've been through. I don't know their train of mind. Do you know how remarkable the human mind is? Do you know how individual we are? Any little tiny turn in a lifestyle can make you a different person. Yeah. We don't know why that lady really acting like that. So all I'm just saying is, let us not be so invested to where, like, just let it happen. Let's just enjoy the art. If you don't like it, don't buy it. If you don't like it, don't promote it. Just, I mean, it's like you going to a buffet, okay? All you can eat. You put some corn on your plate, you put some mashed potatoes and gravy, and then somebody next to you put Brussels sprouts on their plate, but you hate Brussels sprouts. And you want to argue that motherfucker down about how nasty Brussels sprouts is. Would you do that at a buffet? Would you do that at a buffet? Nah, you don't need no Brussels sprouts.
That's crazy.
That's the nastiest shit. No, I'm trying to tell you right now, that shit is nasty. You're not going to do that. You know? You're never going to do that.
Okay.
So that's the same thing with art.
But if you're going to use that argument, then you got to say the same thing about Monique. They're talking about she's doing it for people who are coming up in the industry. That's an emotional attachment. She doesn't want people to go through the same thing she went through. She says she's been helping people who are in the same industry that she is right now, and have helped people get the money that they probably didn't get if she didn't help them, that she feels they deserve. That's an emotional attachment. So, but that's a natural human thing, to be attached to something that if we feel is good or feels bad, we're going to speak on it. And if we're going to use that same logic for everybody else, then you got to put that same logic on Monique then. Then maybe she wouldn't be so mad at D.L. Hughley or any other people in the industry that she felt has done her wrong. Just go ahead and just do the job. Huh? I mean, but we all can have an emotional attachment. That's just the way things work. That's
do your job.
She got the right to be mad.
So do we. Right. We have the right to respond because we're humans. We're not made. We're just not followed by natural instincts. We have human emotions.
We have emotions. We were made with emotions. That's just something that we cannot get over. That's not something that you can train your emotions and stuff like that, but they're always going to be there. And I feel as though I'm not emotionally attached to any artist, but at the end of the day, if I am following you and I do respect you as an individual, it's just certain things that I expect from you, and you should expect from yourself by putting yourself out there. She know how the game goes. Like she said, she's been in here for 30 years. That is her main thing to say. I've been in the game for 30 years. Respect me. And I get it. She's upset because it's stuff going on behind the scenes that shouldn't have happened, but they happen. But at the end of the day, this is your brand. You are promoting yourself. You have to stop being so emotional. And like you said, it's art. Art is whatever you make it. That what she did, that was not art. She was not using her art. She was using her platform to get to people to not like somebody that she had a problem with. I didn't have a personal problem with DL. She's over here talking shit about this man, trying to make it seem like this man is a really bad man. I don't know how he is. like I said, the common denominator is you. I had to realize for myself when a lot of people didn't like me, or, you know, I fell out with a lot of people. I'm like, damn, you know, people don't like me. They say I'm a bad friend, this, and that, and the third. And I had to realize maybe it is me. Maybe it's the way that I talk to people and I handle people. So I had to handle different people in a different way. And if I feel disrespected, I'm going to take myself out of that situation. And then, yes, I'm going to address it. You disrespect me, friend or brother. And I'm going to address you in a respectful way.
You change yourself so you can fit into the mold of somebody who wants to be your friend.
Oh, no. I don't change myself for anybody else. I change the situation, because at the end of the day, if I allow you to have emotion to make me get upset and control my emotions, you have control over me. So I'm about to address you in the most respectful way, because everybody to me deserves respect. I don't care. You feel me? You can call me bitch and all of that, whatever. I'm still going to respect you, because that's me. I'm controlling my emotions and myself. And I'm going to take myself out of it. I'm not conforming to anything. I know who I am as a person. I know who I have become as a person and grown as a person. I'm not that right there. That set her back. You got beef from years ago and you arguing with this man in front of people that don't give a fuck. They don't care about none of that shit. They care about the comedy. You didn't use your art, right? That's not using your art. So to me, she wasn't using her art. She was using her platform to trash somebody that pissed off.
And I agree with you. That's what she did. But like I said, after I listened to the 60-minute thing, 70-minute thing, she said that that's what she intended to do. Let her trash him. Let her lose her bag. That's her journey to have. That is her journey to have. Now, if you enjoy the show, fuck it. If you want a refund, go to the people and ask for a refund. All I'm saying is we got to stop being so damn invested into these people who ain't giving us a damn dollar. And for me, I look at it like, if you are gung-ho on burning bridges, then guess what? You are successful because you're doing what you want to do in life. I'm not going to judge you because I'm not doing what I want to do in life yet. So you're more successful than me at this point. If somebody living under a bridge wants to live under a bridge, that's their goal, they're more successful than me at this point. I'm not going to judge them for living under a bridge because they have reached success. I haven't, regardless of what my degree is.
I mean, I don't even think it's like that. You know, it's just a certain way. Like, how can you say that everybody is against you and blackballing you and doing this against you? But then what we see, we don't see them attacking you, even though that's what's happening. We know that's what's happening, but we don't see it. But what we see is you acting an ass.
And also trying to get an emotional attachment to her movement, which is the same thing what we're saying we shouldn't do. She's banking on us having an emotional attachment to what she's saying, so we'll follow her calls.
Mm-hmm.
But she's banking.
And I love her. I love Monique. Like she really smart. She the most realist person I ever saw. Like, I'm telling you.
Money talks. That's all I'm saying. So if people hate her that much, all they got to do is not support, not buy, and she was either going to change.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with
she's going to change her actions, or she's going to change professions.
She has another profession, and it ain't stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
We're talking about strictly this stage where you tell jokes, not the movie.
And I don't like the fact that why are you even like trying to headline a show of somebody that you don't like and you got beef with and you knew you was gonna have a problem with him. It's certain situations that you don't put yourself in, you know, and I
mean, I agree. I would never do it, but she saw an opportunity to do it.
Yeah, she wanted to just talk shit about this man, basically.
She said she was waiting.
We can tell. She had that plan.
Well, she definitely had that plan. Well, she should have just had her own little comedy, you know, show, and you know.
I mean, I don't know what struck her the worst, but obviously something he said in somebody's interview, years ago, struck her so bad to where he was at the top of her hit list. She hit, and the problem is, I didn't see the show, and I haven't seen the full taping of the show. But according to her, it was 10 times worse because he bombed.
Mm.
I didn't see it, but she said he bombed, and she got a standing ovation. So if the headliner bombs after you just got a standing ovation, that's not gonna sit right.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna put him in his feelings, but at the end of the day, I just feel like she uses the black woman like, oh, we're not protected as black women. As I feel like she goes too far on that subject. You know, like, yeah, that is a truthful statement. You know, but in every situation that you're involved in, that can't be the case. I'm just saying.
I mean, I feel like she faked it in the $3 bill in a lot of cases. I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases. Like the thing with the bonnet and all that, like I'm being real. I don't agree with her on a lot of things, but I will say this: she's true to who she is, and I really, let me tell you something. I respect the true devil more than I respect the fake angel.
Yeah,
it's a matter of respect. I respect you.
Be quiet, Red.
Ugly face. Show me your ugly face, because if it's real, I can respect it because I know exactly what the hell I'm dealing with.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Damn. I just got silence on my own show. All right. Thanks,
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sorry. Okay.
Nah, you good. You good.
What happened?
No, she said be quiet, Red. And I just like, all right, shoot. All right.
Oh,
right.
shit.
He actually got quiet. So like
no, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't want to ramble on. All I'm saying is don't ever think I'm agreeing with everything that Monique does. That's not what I'm doing. And I really do not agree with her a lot of times. I don't even watch her shows. So when I listened to that thing and literally did my own research, that's the only reason why I say there's elements of that I can't do nothing but respect. Now, D.L. Hughley, I actually listen to his show more often than hers. I listen to his morning show every other day.
Yeah.
So, it's not me liking one person over the other. The principle is where the facts at.
Yeah.
And she's presented some facts with receipts. So am I gonna sit up here and go buy a ticket to her show? Matter of fact, she about to be here, next month, I think, or this month. She's gonna be here in a couple weeks in Raleigh.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm just tired of seeing her as like she's acting out, because for years they have done stuff to her, and now she feels like she needs to just expose people and whatever. Like, I understand you're mad and upset, but at the same time, like, just do you. Like, just do you. You're hurting yourself. They're doing this on purpose to hurt you. You're giving them what they want. So
maybe she enjoys it.
Yeah, probably. I think she does. I really think that she just likes to go back and forth. I don't know. But
why would a grown man at a 6-figure or sometimes 7-figure empire pay a dirty stripper to kick him in the ass with stilettos? Why would he pay her $3,000 to do that for about 20 minutes? He enjoys it.
The worst analogies ever.
Yeah, I was like, because I'm trying to look. I was creeping to the creek.
No, it's the same logic. Why would a successful person that has it all pay a sex worker?
They want pleasure out of it.
You're saying she's doing this for pleasure.
That's why she's doing this for $2,000. I'm just saying we don't know. We don't know what she like. Maybe
but I just feel like she contradicting herself. I feel like she contradicting herself, because you can't say, "Oh, they said all these bad things about me," and then you come out talking shit about somebody, and then you want to be like, "See, this is what I was talking about. They're trying to blackball me because whatever." But like I said, we don't see what's going on. You're showing us we see what you're doing. We don't see what they're doing. They moving in silent.
And she don't care. And that's what she was trying to say.
She should care.
She's just mad. She cares.
No, I'm talking about
she does care.
I'm talking about she don't care the fact that people don't understand. Because obviously she's been doing it consistently.
She keep trying to explain it.
She's been doing it consistently. So
trying to explain her point.
Then we need to stop caring. That means just don't go to the damn show.
We ain't.
Don't
go to the show and we're still talking about it.
Yeah, like I mean, and I love her, but I ain't doing that. Sorry, because I just feel like I'm not. I come to be entertained. I come to laugh. You know, like I ain't trying to
I
come
don't
to
think
no
she that
comedy
funny.
show.
Personally,
Who,
I don't
Monique?
think she, I personally don't think she that damn funny. So I would never buy a ticket. Now
I
that's just the
mean,
truth.
I think she is funny. You
She
know,
ain't that
because
funny
she
to me.
just. Yeah,
But
I mean, yeah, I feel like she hits different humor buttons on people, but you know, I think she's funny and stuff like that. It's just that she just comes off and very entitled, and she just uses the "I'm a black woman" card, and we're always being picked on, and we're always being, pushed to the side, and that is true, but
That's
I
true.
feel like she uses it a little too much.
I
Like,
mean, if I win a ticket and have a free ride, I'll go to a Monique show. But I'm like,
don't say that.
I'm not going out the way at all. So
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm not standing up for her like she's just such a great con. Because I think there's a lot of female comedians that actually I would pay to go see. So anyways, I think she should get into acting. I think she should focus there.
Yeah,
Because she did play the hell out of that role in Precious.
she
So
did.
I think she should focus there. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
My comedy ain't everybody else's comedy.
Emotional, damn it.
That's what she got.
I swear to God. So, I was like, I don't have nothing against her, but them points she made, I gotta give it to her. So,
Yeah,
like,
they made sense.
yeah, because I listened to, like I said, I listened to the whole thing. I didn't cut no minutes out. I listened to the whole thing. So I know for a fact she coming from a place of, oh, she had it on her mind. She had it on her mind, and she did not care where it played out at. It could have been on the White House lawn during Inauguration Day, and she would have did the same thing.
You can be mad because somebody cheated on you and they've been cheating on you. They got someone else pregnant, they gave someone else an STD. Still cannot just go killing people left and right because of it. You got to be in control of your own emotions. There's another way to do it besides killing somebody or maiming somebody. You might just have to leave. Or you might have to find some other route to get rid of your anger. You can't just do anything. Same thing with the Will Smith incident. He may have been pissed, and then he might have said, "Hey, don't make no jokes about my wife," or could have done that behind closed doors, behind the stage after he got off stage. You gotta be in control of your emotions. Can't go slapping people anytime somebody says something about you. And everything you said, Alexa, could be true. There's a right way, and I feel there's a right way and a wrong way to handle it. For her mission to get the word out, what is wrong with the industry, I don't think this helped.
No.
I agree it didn't help, but we gotta stop using that word can't, because what we gotta swallow, the hard pill to swallow is we can, and anybody else can. That's why there's still shootings. That's why there's still people slapping people. Though. That's why people still slapping people on stage. It don't matter if it's right or wrong.
It does matter.
We live in a world of free will, and if you get,
it still matters though.
It matters, but it's not going to stop.
Right.
That's why laws are put into place.
As long as we have free will,
people will be slapping people all over the place.
Laws ain't.
I mean, we still got laws, and people still shooting up schools and shit like that. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
you know,
as much. Come on now.
What
if there was
laws,
no laws, there'll be more slappings, more shootings. Come on.
What laws have stopped crime?
A lot. What do you mean? I didn't say completely.
Right. They have slowed down crime, but they have not stopped them.
Exactly.
It's slowed down, but it has not stopped.
Yeah, but can we all agree? It doesn't matter.
Can we all agree that if somebody has something on their mind and they don't care about the consequences, that they can do what they want to do?
Well, my friend has always told me that you can't say and do things to people and then determine how they react to what you have done to them. So that is true. And with the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock, it was wrong. He was wrong. Everybody know he was wrong. But at the end of the day, they like, well, you can't control how someone reacts. And you can't. So if he reacted in that way, then that's how he reacted. But at the end of the day, it was wrong.
Right.
You're wrong.
I can agree a lot of things are wrong, but don't ever think that you can tell somebody how to use their free will.
Right.
You can tell somebody every day how to use their free will.
You can tell them, but guess what? It's gonna go in one ear and out the other. So
not all the time. No.
Well, if it don't, that's
as far as a conscience.
If it don't, because they freely decided to take your advice, but it was still a choice.
Yeah,
it was a choice.
Right. But people will stop if there's sometimes an impediment in the way. Most people will. No, you can't say most people don't.
I'm not saying what they do and don't do. I'm just saying they always have the option.
Because when emotions are high and stuff like that, you don't see anything. Your emotions is taking your face, so you don't see anything. You don't hear anything. It's just nothing matters in that moment because your emotion got you. So when someone else can come in and be like, friend, I know you mad right now, but we not going to do this, friend. Then you can be like, all right, well, big,
But guess what? Sometimes friends will say, I'm going to do this. You need to realize that anybody can override everything. And when they're living in their body, they can do what they want inside of that body. That's their vessel. Yeah. Only thing you can do is react. You can stop fucking with them. You can stop being friends with them. You can stop supporting them. You can do whatever you want, but never forget for 1 second, you cannot control another fucking human being, ever.
What do you mean?
Nothing you do is going to control them.
We control it all the time. We're just talking about how money controls people.
No, we agree. But we agree to be controlled.
We agree. So you can't control them then?
No, we agree.
No, we don't agree.
We do agree. When you do it, you agree. Because right now,
there's laws in the place. We don't have to follow them, though.
You don't have to follow nothing ever.
So why do you think we stopped doing it then?
Because we agree to be controlled.
But why?
That's individual basis.
Because of consequences. That's why.
But some people don't care about consequences.
Yeah, but a lot of people do. Most people do.
But we have the right to not care.
You have the right. That don't mean you're going to do it, though. That's why there are rules and laws into place.
I'm not arguing about that. Most people trying to do the right thing. All I'm saying is that we all have the inherent, God-given, born right to do whatever we want to do. I don't care if there's consequences or not. So once you remember that, always, you stop expecting shit from people. You stop expecting them to act a certain way. You stop expecting them to react like this.
No, I'm still going to expect somebody. That's why we teach people. That's why we teach our children to do certain things. So yes, we are going to expect certain people to do certain things.
You can expect
the outliers who don't do the certain things we expect.
Right. Because
that's why we're shocked at it.
And if we're godly, we're not going to treat people in that way because God doesn't treat people in a bad way. So you're actually diverting off of the path that we're supposed to be on. So it's like, it's not right. I feel like, people can do what they want. They can react how they want. I don't really, judge people on, oh, you shouldn't have reacted that way because your emotions took over your judgment, and you have to learn emotional maturity. And it is a learning, it's growth. Like everybody has to learn it. But at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. You have to live with what your emotions and your actions do. So like you said, you can stop supporting them. You can stop following them. You can stop doing that. And eventually they'll realize, okay, I need to go about it a different way. But right is right, wrong is wrong. And either you strive to be a good person or you just be like, fuck it, I'm going to just do what I want to do. And I don't care what people think or say.
You just got to be in tune with yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
As long as you're in tune with yourself, you're not even going to find yourself in a circle in the presence of people on a different frequency. And I'm going to just leave it at that. I just don't expect shit from nobody. And when I find myself expecting, I correct it.
Well, I expect things from people because I'm not going to be around somebody that has low energy, low vibrations and stuff, or is a mean person or cannot control themselves in a either frustrating time or a very hostile situation, because I'm level-headed. I control the situation. Once the situation is no longer in my control, it goes to shit.
But you need to correct that, though.
I'm not going to be around.
It's not that you expect, you require.
Yeah.
You require certain things around you, and that's good. But
it kind of goes one in the same, though, because I'm expecting people to act a certain way. So I'm just my requirement.
Let me tell you something. If somebody was foaming at the mouth, rabies, in front of your house, going wild, banging on your door, are you going to let him in? Or are you going to call the police, right?
I'm going to shoot them. What you mean? They're going to get shot.
How do I know they got rabies?
She said drooling because they was drooling at the mouth and shit like that.
So my point is, you can say, I expect everybody on my porch to act right. Obviously, this motherfucker's on your porch and they ain't
but
right.
that's a stranger. I don't even associate with him. I ain't got time to do with that.
Outliers, not
so back
generalization.
to my point. You can't control anybody else. The only thing you control is your response and what you allow around you.
Right.
So
when it comes
to expectations, you need to switch that word out with requirement. This is what I require of my friends. This is what I require of the people I support. This is what I require of the money I pay if I want to be entertained. Switch expectation with requirement.
But it's the same thing. And I get the verbiage. I get the verbiage and stuff like that. But
it's different.
But to me, it's the same thing because my requirements is my expectations. Exactly. So my requirements is what I'm expecting for you to fulfill. So it goes hand in hand. What I'm trying to understand is, so you're just trying to say that like they're human and they're going to act the way that they act. So I shouldn't fault them for acting that way.
Save yourself some blood, sweat, and tears.
Okay.
By swapping out the word expect with require, because then you're not going to get invested. You're not going to get emotionally invested. You're not going to get financially invested. And you are the creator of your own reality. Anything around you, you allow it. Anything you create, you created it. You're not ever going to get entwined to the point where now you got to prove this. Like, for instance, the whole DL Monique thing. You showing this, you showing that. At the end of the day, nobody had to show nothing if they didn't want to even get entwined with this shit. They're trying to keep certain fan bases. They're trying to prove their point. This ain't even the court of law, but the court of social media. They're trying to prove their point in the court of social media, which is time, money, whatever it took to do it. So I'm just saying, like in the long run, the only reason I say this because I'm a recovering person from approval addiction. Okay? Approval addiction. Addicted to approval. Whether it be from fucking family members, friends, whatever. And it is a long road of recovery. So once you stop thinking like, I'm supposed to think like this, I'm supposed to like this, and you just separate yourself from everybody and everything, there's no freedom like it. And that's all I'm gonna say. There's no freedom like it. I don't care who you are. You can be Mad Dog, foaming at the mouth, President of the United States. You're not going to shock me if you switch places the next day.
Okay. That works for you.
I mean, but that makes sense because, you can leave today and it's not going to affect me and stuff like that. But I just feel like that's where you need to have like your self-awareness and your, self-love plays a role, because whether or not you're here with me or not, I'm going to be okay and I'm going to, be successful. So
you're going to be stable in your own self. Yeah.
All right. I'll let y'all go with that. Let's move to the next subject because we've been on this one a little bit too long. Last subject for the day is about Juneteenth. And this might not be too long, but how you feel about the upcoming holiday and how it's been commercialized since it became a federal holiday last year. How do you feel about this holiday? How do you feel about hearing other people of other races saying Happy Juneteenth? Going into Walmart, for example, and I don't know, a door greeter who happens to be Caucasian and telling you Happy Juneteenth. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel happy? Does that make you feel empowered? Does that make you feel prideful? Does that make you feel awkward to hear somebody say Happy Juneteenth based on a holiday which it's a mistake where they came at the last minute to free the slaves in Texas because they act like they didn't get the word that slaves were supposed to be free. Basically, it was a repossession of real people. Rent-A-Center came and got their stuff and took it back from the home of Texas and took it to where the people were supposed to go, free land, wherever that was. So basically, it was a repossession. that should have been done. They just couldn't. I don't know. I can't say they couldn't find the people, but it took too long to make that situation happen. How does Juneteenth make you feel? The upcoming holiday of Juneteenth make you feel? Raz, I'll let you go first on that.
I mean, I think this is what we've been working for, right?
We've been working for it.
I mean, for the holiday to be recognized, I would say that, you know, I feel like how they're marketing it, yes, they want to make money off of it. And I feel like that's really disrespectful. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's being recognized, and Black people wanted this holiday so much. They wanted it to be recognized nationally, and now it is. And people are trying to be respectful of the holiday. So to me, honestly, I don't care if somebody say Happy Juneteenth. Thank you. People been saying Happy 4th of July for years, Merry Christmas for years, Happy Thanksgiving for years. I mean, and we never ever like had an issue with that. So I don't feel no type of way when someone from another race is saying Happy Juneteenth. I just feel like it's being recognized now. We fought hard for it, you know, and people are just being respectful at that point. I feel like, as you know, I don't know. I feel like some Black people, it's like you can't win for nothing. It's like, oh, I don't like how they're marketing it and trying to make money off of it, but then we need to have it recognized as the national holiday. What do you want to do? Like, did y'all want to just celebrate it in secret, or not really in secret, or like y'all didn't want it to be a national holiday, but then we all come together on that day, you know, and it's just like, you know, a norm or whatever, and that's cool too. But I don't think people should feel any type of way because it's recognized now. So
okay,
that's how I feel.
All right. Alexa, what you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. It's getting late. I'm gonna tell you this. I'll go buy 10 of them motherfuckers if they was in the store right now. You know why?
10
because until we actually get to the main damn ingredient, like, I don't want to hear shit from people talking about some don't buy no Juneteenth ice cream when you still buying designer shit from designers that told you they didn't want Black people wearing their shit.
Hello.
You don't want to spend $3 or $4 on some damn ice cream. That's from Walmart, which is another whole thing from Walmart. I mean, that's a story in itself. But you go buy these damn designers who done openly said that they don't want Black people wearing their shit. To me, that's backwards. And you know, you're not worried about the main thing, but you worry about some damn ice cream. That's stupid to me. If they made too many of them ice creams and now they need to discount them, I'll stock up on them.
Shut up.
Okay, I'm stock up on them. If they have to pull them, and if I see them at a discount store, I'm gonna get 10 of them and put them in a deep freezer because I don't give a fuck about no ice cream. If you want to make a change in your community, then you need to start where the shit is really happening at. All this fake ass outrage, it gets on my nerves. These are the same people that don't do shit for the community. They don't volunteer. They don't do nothing. They don't canvas. They don't do nothing but do a social media post about some Juneteenth. Shut the fuck up. And half of these people didn't even know Juneteenth existed until this shit came out.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
So you like the holiday? That's what you're saying.
The holiday for me personally has been a good experience because, as we spoke about before we started the show, I grew up in a community where we celebrated it way before it became a holiday. We had Juneteenth celebrations when I was 16, 17. So every summer. So for me, that's a block party with family, friends. That was my, association with it. And you see the vendors out there with their jewelry and their food trucks, and it was a big thing. And as a matter of fact, it rolled into other celebrations. So it's like I see a lot of those vendors got their start there. Then they started going to other big fairs and stuff. So it was a positive thing for me. And yes, we did talk about the meaning of it, but overall, Am I going to be offended if I walk into a store and somebody says Happy Juneteenth to me and they happen to be a Caucasian race? No, I would not be offended, because if you're working on Juneteenth, then obviously you paying homage, because I'm not working. I'm not. So it is what it is. And if you don't
know, you're not in a dashiki, the fuck, like talking about Happy Juneteenth, then
why not?
Right. Because there's some white people from Africa.
Black is not a costume. Black is not a costume. This is not something that you put on as, oh, I'm finna celebrate this holiday and then I'm gonna look like a black person or have the clothing of. That's just like on Halloween when people dress up as Native Americans. That's not a costume.
Right.
That isn't a race.
But we didn't come over here in no dashikis though, so you got to remember that too.
Yeah, but you know how in America that's just the symbolism. You know,
because Africa and slavery is two different things, and I don't mix the two, because I know for a fact that they don't mix the two. Now, I love my African friends and family, but we are not the same.
No, American black people is different from.
We're not.
You know, like,
and so it is what it is. We're just not the same. And so, you know, that is specific to us. We were enslaved. You know, our ancestors was enslaved. We have to get freed.
Well, they had slavery over there too.
Right, but it wasn't in another country.
No,
where they lost their heritage.
No, the Tutsis, like, they basically like murdered all of one race. It was like a whole genocide of, you know, black people, but it wasn't as to the extent as it was here. I don't know how it was.
They didn't go to another country and create a whole diaspora.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Slavery was everywhere.
Yeah.
If you want to be real, it was in every continent. So, but I'm saying, as African Americans, we do have a specific story, and so our story is unique. If we really want to get down to the nitty gritty, most of the slaves are in South America. They got most of the slaves, South America, not North America.
So it was brutal.
Yeah.
Right, but they got way more than we got in America. There's more black people there than here. They just speak Spanish. So all I'm saying is, long story short, we have our unique story, and people are always going to try to be petty when they want to be petty. That's no difference than somebody using the word nigga with a hard R at the end. Same thing. That means you're just trying to trigger. And if somebody looks at me and say, Happy Juneteenth, trying to be slick, oh, I'm already feel their energy. I know if you think you're down with the people, because there are some people who want to be down and they try to connect, and I appreciate it. Yeah, they be off as hell sometimes, but they're still trying to connect, and they're coming from a good place. And then there's some people that are trying to be slick and trying to be funny. Happy Juneteenth. So, you know, you have to judge each one by the way they come at you. And I'm not going to sit up here and say no white person should be talking about Juneteenth or doing this or doing. No. I'm going to deal with you on an individual basis. And if I want to say something slick back to you, I will, if I feel it's warranted.
Got a lot dealing with it on there, but,
you know,
I don't know. I'm in between on that one. I'm appreciative somewhat of it being a national holiday, but like the other national holidays that have been, you know, made in this country, compared to what they were when they originated, it'll change. The original meaning will change from it. Christmas has nothing to do with Jesus.
No, nothing.
Nothing, you know. Cinco de Mayo, even though, you know, Mexican independence, it's you know, it's giving it. It's just a night to go get drunk, basically. 4th of July is just a time to just go barbecue and fireworks and stuff. I do feel, maybe not yet, but I have heard and seen little rumblings and comments where Juneteenth is almost seen as this the Black 4th of July, and then the white 4th of July will come on 4th of July. I have seen little rumblings of people say that in comments or whatever. But the thing that's awkward with, just could be me, and maybe I'm just putting too much attachment to it, is the, Christmas, whether you want to say it's a celebration of Jesus or Santa or kids just getting gifts, that's a good thing in a way, depending on the perspective you look at it. Thanksgiving, celebration, even though the original meanings kind of changed, it's just, families coming together, nice thing, love being spread. Valentine's, a couple coming together and getting the gifts. Most of the time it's one-sided. Women get the gifts and the guy gets to not sleep on the couch that night if he gets a good enough gift, and he gets Valentine's Day sex, which is the same as the other 364 days.
It's not the same.
Year. Well, then that's a shame. Then that makes me mad. Then
man, it's not the same.
I only get it once a year. That makes me even more mad.
This is where we pull out the baby oil, the stops, the it'll be the head cuffs, all of that. Like what you wrote.
That's the platinum package.
You just put it back in the vault after that. Just let it gather dust. You got to clean it off and put WD-40 on the handcuffs by the time Valentine's.
Well, mine comes out 4 times a year, so.
Oh, okay, all right. For 4 times, I'm not even gonna ask. But 4th of July, people come together, celebrate Independence Day, Americans' independence. But then when I come to Juneteenth, I struggle to feel great about what the holiday is really about, and I'm saying this, hearing it from a Caucasian person saying it. The holiday was gone around that they waited late to free slaves. Let's just say that we just cut the late part out. Free slaves. Congratulations, happy Juneteenth. We freed y'all. That's what it feels like to me. That's what it's saying. That's what it feels, because that's the date it happened on. We freed y'all. It seems like it's their holiday. It seems like a pat on the back, like, look at what we did. We freed y'all. You're no longer slaves. You no longer have to be caged like animals. Be happy about it. And once it becomes commercialized, you'll hear it more from other people who are not minorities or not African Americans. It just feels awkward. I just can't get happy about it, And I'm not even a big holiday person anyway. Hearing somebody say happy holidays, I'm like, oh, okay. They're wishing that I'm happy with my family, good tidings, goodwill toward man, all that stuff, whatever. Celebrate Jesus' birthday, celebrate Santa's birthday, whatever. But Juneteenth just feels like it's coming from a place of like, it's a pat on the back for them. Like, look at what we did. Black History Month feels like, okay, it's a celebration of what African Americans done, throughout history, civil rights, inventions and such. Martin Luther King, the celebration of what he did in the civil rights era. Juneteenth doesn't feel like a celebration for Black people to me, just for how it came about. It doesn't feel like that to me. Feels like it's a pat on the back for them. I could be ass backwards some way, I'm thinking, and I'm fine with that. That's just my thoughts on it. And then it becoming commercialized, I feel like that's the direction. It's going to go in a direction where, as Raz was saying, somebody may come in a dashiki, maybe on the day of Juneteenth in Walmart, instead of the vest, they wear a dashiki and say, hey, happy Juneteenth. Have you been studying the history of Juneteenth, of what happened, what actually happened? Oh, no, what happened? We freed y'all, albeit a little bit late, but we did it. Congratulations. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it.
Well, technically, they didn't free on Juneteenth.
I know. That's the point. It was late.
No, they discovered it late. They was gonna let them. They was gonna let them just stay slaves, and was never gonna tell them.
They didn't discover it late. They knew. A lot of them moved down there too because they knew they were coming for their slaves in the other states.
All I'm saying is this: I don't think it's a slap in the face like we freed y'all. You look at it like they took their power back, because not only, if you really look at history, not only did a lot of slaves not leave when they were free, because I mean, where the fuck were they gonna go? Think about it. You're talking about generation on the same plantation. Where was they gonna go?
Yeah, well,
a lot of them actually stayed right where they were at, just for a small wage. For a small wage instead of working for free. So you're just talking about a group of people who did not know they had the option to go. That's it.
But who freed them though?
I mean, the war is what freed them.
But who did it?
I mean, white people. Free.
That's what I'm saying though.
But at the end of the day, so if
it doesn't seem like a holiday for us. It seems like
it's
a holiday for them.
But at the end of the day, then we should feel bad about being free, period. If that's the case, then there should be an issue about them signing something and freeing everyone and being free. Because honestly and truly, this shit shouldn't even happen. Like, why the fuck are we freeing people that are people?
That's what I'm saying, though.
It's a win no matter what, because
so they
didn't even want to admit slavery was happening in a lot of schools.
Yeah.
So the fact that this is a national holiday, I think that's a win, because kids got to ask, what is Juneteenth?
Right.
A lot of schools still don't even dive into slavery.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all are saying exactly what I'm saying, but yeah, we're happy that you freed slaves. You freed us. You freed people who were treated like animals.
Yes, for hundreds of years.
Who did it though?
In a court case.
It feels like it's not ours, it's theirs.
In a court case.
They're pat on the back.
But we're in their country, so technically.
What does that have to do with Cinco de Mayo though?
Listen, people are alcoholics. Come on now. People are alcoholics in this country, and we all know it. People don't really celebrate Cinco de Mayo for what it is. Like you said, they just want to get drunk and have an excuse to get lit and shit like that. So the whole Cinco de Mayo shit.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing as Juneteenth, you know, but they still celebrate it, and they still go ahead, Red. Go.
But who freed? Okay, what's the story behind Cinco de Mayo though?
You said what's the story?
Yeah, what's the story behind it? Who formed Cinco de Mayo? Was it Mexican people who were behind the story? Just like I'm saying with Juneteenth, who was behind the story for that? There's a different story on both sides. One, we didn't do Juneteenth. We had to be freed by somebody else. That's what I'm saying. It's not the same to me. Yeah, the story may be changed for Cinco de Mayo from what it was or for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But for Juneteenth, who freed us? And why are we proud and celebrate? I mean, I understand, yeah, because we're free. I get that part. I just find it hard to celebrate that we even had to celebrate being freed in the first place. That's what I'm saying. And I may be looking too deep into it, and I'm fine if y'all say I am, and that, it makes sense. I understand if y'all think I'm looking too deep into it, and sometimes I do stuff like that. But that's how I feel about it. It's like, what are we celebrating as Black people? What are we really celebrating? And, look at the ice cream. The picture, let me see if I can pull it up. Look at the picture of the ice cream. And there's pictures of Black people giving each other high fives and giving a peace sign. Like, you think that's what they did?
And they got Jamaican colors on it.
Right. Like, yeah, there was a lot of things awful about that. And I just can't see myself going to a Juneteenth party and like, yeah, we got freed on this day. I'm like, yeah, we did, but we shouldn't have been in that place in the first place.
Yeah.
It's like being, I don't know. It's like celebrating being wrongly convicted. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
We were. That's the thing.
It's like celebrating freedom that you were already supposed to, that was your right to have as a human being on this earth.
And it's history.
I've never been there though.
It's history. So the only thing we have now is a story.
Right.
And I'm glad that they're talking about it. Just like right here downtown Fayetteville. Please don't tear that damn thing down.
Oh, the market.
You got so many people that want to tear that down. Why? Because in 50 years, they're going to say it never happened. Leave it right there. Leave it right there. If anything, put a plaque up and say, this is our oldest slave block, sale block. Because real slaves were sold on this block. They tear that down, they can erase that shit, period. Yeah. They can take it out of every textbook. They can lie and say it never happened. No, let's have these conversations. Especially after we already got through it.
Well, I just hate that.
Got through it, you know? Yeah, Juneteenth. Yeah, we need Juneteenth. Because guess what? That's a step closer to them admitting more and more and more.
I can see right you on that. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with what you say. I don't know. It just
because in a minute they're gonna say slavery never happened. 200 years from now, the way we going with erasing all this shit, taking all these monuments down, doing this, taking this, censorizing the textbooks, they're gonna be able to say it never happened in 200 years.
Yeah.
Ever.
But really in school, the only thing that they teach is like slavery for Black history, you know, and it's like, oh yeah, we had Martin Luther King, but they don't really indulge into it.
Yeah. Well, they don't do that now because Juneteenth now they're going. I know that's the end of slavery, but it still harkens back to slavery.
But you're gonna have some 3rd and 4th graders. It's gonna be like, why am I out of school today? Wait is Juneteenth? That's gonna plant the seed that
maybe Jimmy's ancestors freed
maybe America wasn't so great.
Jimmy's ancestors freed you. That's why.
And I ain't got nothing against no type of race. Because let me be clear, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a white woman. All I'm just saying is this: we need to talk about the history. Period. Let's not bury it.
To do that though.
Let's not bury it. Well, sometimes that's what it takes. Because look what they're doing right now. They're trying to take it out of schools. They're trying to take subjects out.
How about we have it all year though, instead of just having a Black History Month?
One day.
I mean, you can celebrate it all year, but I think that it's recognized nationally as like one specific month is to give us recognition. You know, like we deserve that, and it should be more than a month. Yes, but that's when we have to take the initiative and do it year round and show people I'm Black every day. It's not just a month, you know, but this is just a 1 month to recognize our Black history, and we deserve that.
Would you have rather? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Would you have rather them change the curriculum, be taught all year instead of just having a Juneteenth month? Maybe they would have worked on doing that instead.
Of course, yes.
And I think that when we do fight for the wrong things, I think this is one of them. I think that would have been better than. Here's the problem with saying even Black History Month, because it seems like it's separate from American history anyway, because nobody else really puts race in a history month like that. You know, I mean, we're the only one that has a month like that.
But they do.
Now
you hear white history every fucking day.
But they don't call it that though, and they don't put it to a month. Is what I'm saying.
But now we got months. More races are coming out with months. Like right now, I think it's Indigenous and Islander month right now. Also,
is that good though? Because I mean, again, is there White History Month, or is it just American history for them?
It's White History Month every fucking month that is not Black History Month or whatever is recognized in another nationality. It's white people history every single day that we are not recognized. So so they don't have to call it that. It's a norm. It's one of those things where it's one of those things where you basically say you got to treat people with respect. That's the norm. I should automatically treat you with respect because I feel like that's what you deserve or whatever. White people have ran this country for the longest. It's their country. It's white people day every day that it's not designated to. I'm just saying, like, I feel empowered when Black History Month comes because yes, I'm in your face. I'm in your face every day, but I'm extra in your motherfucking face in February. I'm extra.
I personally think I wouldn't give a damn if they erased all that stuff. You know whose the burden is on? It's on the parents.
Mm-hmm.
Don't expect the dang teachers to teach your children about their culture. They don't even know about your culture. Like I can remember one thing I will give my parents kudos for. They got an African American book set when we bought our first house, and it was right next to the regular encyclopedias. And we had to do a study on somebody every single week. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I would not have known half the stuff I know about a lot of the old pioneers from the slave trade, all that stuff, if I didn't have to do that stuff. So, kudos to them on that. But you know what? None of my teachers ever made me do a report on a Black person. So whose burden is it? If you want your children, that it don't matter if they're going to public school, it don't matter if it's a private school, it don't matter how much you're paying them, it is not their damn job to teach them history. It's their parents' job.
It kind of is their job because that's in the curriculum. It is their job.
And if they don't, guess what? Who's gonna suffer? I care about my kid enough to say, if they don't teach you nothing, I'm going to teach you. I make my son watch certain movies. I make him sit down sometimes and explain things to him. You can't be dependent on them to tell the story because
a good parent though.
Because even if they tell it, they might not be telling it right. I can't tell you how many times I looked at a textbook and it was completely whitewashed. Just like, for instance, what did President Trump say? Yeah, there were slaves that built the White House, but they were treated really well and they were more like workers. Did any of them get paid?
I think that was being
no, none of them got paid. So that's what I'm saying. That's
they don't know they didn't get paid.
So that's the kind of stuff that can happen when you don't take control. You take control over your own kids, especially when it comes to shit like that. Don't expect nobody to teach them nothing different. Why would you expect a fucking school system or a stranger to teach your kids history?
They're required to.
No, okay, well then they don't do a lot of stuff they're required to do.
Yeah, well, let's fight for that instead of fighting for a holiday.
So you're gonna let your kids go without because they're not doing what they're required to?
How about we just fight for that instead of a holiday?
If I hire a sandwich maker to come make sandwiches, am I gonna sit there with my arms folded with the meat, the cheese, and the bread right in front of me and starve to death because they don't come make my sandwich?
Well, and I already paid starving. They're getting paid to do this.
Well,
but if they don't do it, to do it.
I just feel like
you can pass laws that they can do it though.
At least we have Black History Month. At least we have this one holiday, and then it's just going to be a ripple effect of us having other things.
Right.
You think? Set in
stone.
I mean, it's only 28 days for February, and then they don't have to teach it anymore. We're compacting all this in here. This is why I say I don't like the month instead of just being taught throughout the year, because you're compacting and rushing all this within 28 days when you have 12 months to spread it apart. And it's more, and it's usually just civil rights and slavery. That's usually what's discussed. And you're trying to put that all within the shortest month of the year. I'd rather have it put in law, where the curriculum where you have to teach it throughout the year.
Yeah.
Make it American history. I feel Black history separates us. This is why I say, I mean, yes, they have Indigenous, I don't know if it's Indigenous Week. I think most of them have weeks instead of months, but I think we might be the only one to have a month, but I could be wrong. But I think even that separates them from being Americans. Why do we have to do that? Why do we have to have anything separate like that instead of just putting in curriculum where it's taught throughout the year? Each one, Indigenous people, Pacific Islanders, African Americans, Mexicans, whatever. I'd rather have it that way than have a month where you have to do it by the book, 28 days.
I mean, I just feel like, because we need to impact the world. Like I feel like we are in a I don't feel like we are in a white society. And I mean, that's just how it's been. And instead of looking at it as, oh, we're getting the short end of the stick, at least we have something. And this is going to pave the way for other generations to come in and say, hey, this is wrong. Why do we have the shortest month of the year? Why can't we come and, talk about this year round? I just feel like little wins like that are setups for bigger wins in the future. So, I mean, and Black history is separate from American history. I'm just saying, because
But it
those
is
Black
American
people,
history. That's a
those,
problem.
those Black people that came over here was not Americans.
But they were
So
in American. That's
they were
American history.
Americanized. They
No, I'm
were
not saying Black people are Americans. I'm saying it is American history because it happened in America.
true. This is true.
It's
But
like the Japanese people who are in the internment camps during Pearl Harbor, during World War II. That is part of American history. They weren't Americans, but they were Americans, but it was a part of American history. Anything that happens on American soil it's American history.
It was on American soil, but I don't understand what's the problem with celebrating separately Black people
all year
when white people basically celebrate they shit all the time. Like,
that's my
white people are doing it
all
and
the time.
I get your point. We should do it year round, yes, but at least we got something. And then this is going to be a ripple effect of other things to come. Because like if this is a perfect example of everybody coming together and trying to make a change for this one holiday, Juneteenth. And yeah, the history behind it may be kind of out of pocket or whatever, because they didn't know they were free until somebody came down there to let them know. Okay. But we change the narrative all the time. You can change the narrative of things all the time.
I'm sorry, I just don't have the energy to argue with nobody about what they're not teaching my child. Now, if you do teach my child something I don't want them to learn, then I'm gonna argue with you. But that's my child. I brought that child into this world. I don't give a damn if it's a school system, a church, a sports group. I'm not going to sit up here and expect you to teach my child shit that you don't want to teach. Now, if you're teaching them something I don't want them to learn, then I'm going to have an argument. But when you want your child to learn something, you're a parent.
You can't teach them everything, though.
You can't teach them everything, but you can make sure they learn it.
You can, but you can't.
You can make sure they learn it, even if you're not the one sitting there with the book. You can make sure that they learn it. There's resources. Sure there's groups. If you really want your child to learn something, and especially you want them to learn it the right way, the system is already corrupt. They're already whitewashing everything. Why would you even want them to teach your child Black history? I don't even want the public school system to teach my child Black history. I don't even want them to.
Why is that, though?
Because first of all, it's not right.
Why is that?
Because the shit's corrupt. It's been corrupt. So I don't want you.
Why are we cool with Black History Month then?
I'm not on the school board, but I am a parent right now. So all I'm saying is right now, with my child growing up, if that's important to me, then I need to do what I can do to do it. Now, if I'm passionate enough to go get into politics and all that, hey, there are some people like that. But I'm just saying, as a parent, each individual parent, when you push that child out, or when you made that child, whatever you did, or even adopted, whatever you did, you signed up to be their number one teacher. And that's it. Even if you have to hire somebody else, a tutor, don't ever depend on somebody to instill something into your child that you brought into this world. That's your responsibility.
Right. That shouldn't be the only information that they're getting and retaining. Yeah. So I get that.
I don't want them teaching my child shit about Black history.
But it's supposed to be a teacher's, they take an oath to teach the children the information and to invest in our future, because kids are our future. And if you're not even starting with them and giving them the correct information, or, just educating them about certain things, then they're going to be lost in the world. And, and I agree, you have to be active as a parent, because some parents, they just send their kids to school and be like, didn't your teacher teach you this?
You can't depend on no oath.
So
the police officers took an oath to protect the terror, but they waited outside the damn school for an hour while a mass shooter finished off kids.
So you're saying holidays just don't matter at all? Juneteenth or Black History Month?
I'm saying if they matter, make it matter for you personally. But don't make it something where you expect, I deserve. No, it's a holiday.
I asked for Black History Month. Damn right, I'm gonna expect them to teach it.
Well, yeah, let them teach it, but you should be your child's number one teacher.
You can help, yeah, I get that. but
not
you
help.
can't teach them everything. Yeah,
No,
help.
they
Can't
can
do
help.
everything. You
No,
can't
they
teach
can
them
help.
everything.
No, they can help. If the school system shut down right now, what? Your child just gonna stop at the
It's
grade?
not
Oh no,
shut
that
down.
happened, but that happened in 2020 because
No, I'm
and
talking
parents
about
didn't
like.
know what to do. Parents was like,
Hypotheticals.
Well, no, I'm
They're
talking
not
about
shut
not.
down. If
I'm
you
talking about
die
not even
tomorrow, then who's
online.
going to teach them? If you're
If
going to do
something
it,
happened to where you don't even have school online, then what? You
well,
just gonna
if
let
you
your
die
kids?
tomorrow and can't teach them,
Are
then
you gonna
what?
let your kids step at that grade, or are you gonna get
If you die
resourceful?
tomorrow, who's going to teach them?
You're gonna get resourceful, right? So that's what I'm saying.
If
Yep,
you die
a
tomorrow, who's
parent,
going to teach your kid?
whoever you left in charge of them. But I'm saying your
Well,
parent,
they may not be good enough.
the parent is the number
Maybe
one
you're,
teacher.
but they may
Public
not be
school system.
around. Everybody don't have good
Do you know that
parents.
there's countries that they stop going to school at like 4th and 5th grade?
They may
After
do.
that, you got to pay for it. This is a luxury. And on
Not
top of that,
really. Not always.
yeah,
I'm saying just the fact that you have the option to send your kid to school all the way up into 12th grade. A lot of countries don't even have that. Parents are getting lazy to the point where they think that you got to do this, you got to do it. Enjoy it if you have it, but don't think for 1 minute that they have to do shit for you. You're a parent.
No, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to work, but you expect it. If you are giving a holiday that says, I'm teaching Black history, I expect them to teach Black history. And I
And
have
what if
a
a
right to
racist?
complain about that.
And what if a racist is a history teacher and he's gonna teach his narrative of it?
No, because there are curriculum guidelines to that. Don't matter if he's racist or not. He's supposed to follow it.
You
Well,
stuck on this. You
you
stuck on
keep
this.
doing these hypotheticals.
You're
No.
you're stuck on this. What
No.
people are supposed to do things.
Yeah, because they're
And
in
that's gonna get
guidelines.
you every time. That's gonna get you every time.
No, it's
Stop
not, because
expecting.
people follow rules for a
Stop
reason.
expecting. You expect
No, I'm going to
comedians.
expect.
You
It's
expect
like you
comedians.
expect
You
me not
expect
to do
comedians
anything
not to cross
bad
the
to
line.
you.
You
Okay?
expect
well,
comedians not to
well,
cross
I
the line.
know me
You
growing
expect
up
teachers to teach Black
in
history.
high
You
school and
expect
shit, they did not teach Black history. I'm sorry. Like the last time that I even talked about Black history when I was in school was in the 9th grade. But after that, in history class, they didn't even talk about it. It was just white history.
I went to a private school, and the curriculum in there basically said that Black people are supposed to be slaves and they're supposed to be happy.
That's a private school. They don't have
No,
to.
I'm just talking about the curriculum in the little workbooks.
Right.
And I don't even think the teachers knew that was in there because it was snuck in there. It
No,
was
I think they knew.
like a little cartoon thing. So
Private schools can do that though.
Yeah.
no, but my point is they will brush it over either out of trying not to stir the pot, or some of them are straight racist and they want to instill little seeds of inferiority into certain races. They want to instill a seed that, oh yeah, you're supposed to be inferior. Or there's a Bible verse that says your seed is cursed because of what Ham did. Black people are the descendants of Ham, and they're cursed, and that's why they went into slavery.
Yes.
And so there's
This is
all
why
kinds
with
of
the expectations, because those things will be
you gotta
taught.
be here.
Normally, that's not going to be taught. Normally, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to teach about the curse of Ham for Black History Month, because there are expectations and guidelines of what you're supposed to teach. Normally,
people break guidelines every day.
I know that, but that's why I said normally, Alexa.
So
normally.
do you want your kid? Do you want to roll the dice on your kid, or do you
I'm
want
not rolling the dice? That's why I said normally, not playing by chance, not playing by ear. Generalizations. Normally, people follow the law. Normally, people teach according to the guidelines. But there are people who do break the law and break the rules. But there's expectations that they won't. I want them not to. There's expectation that people won't mess up my food at McDonald's. That's why I will keep going back.
You shouldn't even expect that.
Right.
Have
you seen Fight Club?
No, you shouldn't expect McDonald's.
No. I'm talking about burning my fries. They normally do not burn my fries every time. If they did, then I would leave. I normally don't get into a shootout at a club. Know why? Because they have expectations that people are not going to shoot the club. If they were shooting up the club was shut down. There's expectations in everything in life. And some people break the law, some people don't. The people who break the law the least, that's the place I'm going to go to. I expect Black History Month to be taught by the guidelines that are set forth to them. Sometimes people do it. Most of the time, I think most people do it. Sometimes they don't. Maybe they'll get that racist person to plant the seeds. But I definitely should have expectations. If not, why even have the holiday if that's the case? Why even have Juneteenth if that's the case? If there's no expectations? Why even complain about anything if there's no expectation? Because we want people to do their damn jobs.
Because we do spend our tax-paying dollars for them. So we do spend our money for them to have jobs. So
I'm saying have your expectations, but don't depend on them as a parent.
Yeah, I get that.
Don't depend on them as a parent. Because let me tell you something, I didn't have to argue my history teacher down. Literally got my mom involved in everything because he swore up and down I didn't write a paper. The only reason why my parents came to bat for me is because they literally made me stay up and write it. I procrastinated to the last minute. So while everybody was doing everything, I was on the computer for like 5 hours straight. Mm-hmm. They literally witnessed me typing the paper the night before it was due. Because I guess it was good in his eyes.
Right.
He immediately said I didn't do it. If my parents hadn't seen me type it, they would not have come to that school.
Oh no, I would have came to the school anyways, baby. Look, my daughter wrote this.
No, gave me.
I'd be lying and everything. Even if she didn't, yes, she did.
Gave me fail and said it was plagiarism. I didn't even know what the hell plagiarism was then. Then I'm just like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like you plagiarized it. Then I had my mom come up there. Then gave me a what was it? A B- with no red markings though. Mm-hmm. You know, red markings marks it down from an A. So I'm like, well, why is it a B-? Is it spelling? Is it grammar? You know, there ain't no markings on the paper. I still think you figured out a way to. I don't think you wrote it by yourself. I said I wrote it by myself. Now, if there's no markings on here where you need to mark it down this far, what did you do? Finally, got an A-. At that point, I was just stopped. I didn't want to argue no more. And I just said, fuck it, I'll take the A-. But obviously, this person thought I was not capable of writing a good paper. And gave me an A- on GP. No red markings on it. Why wasn't it an A+? You just couldn't give me a motherfucking A+, right?
You know, some teachers just see, you know, they just want people to fail.
Because he was racist, and that's what, and I knew he was racist from the beginning of the semester. I knew it. Yeah. I knew he was racist from the beginning of the semester, and that's why I took the A- just because I was tired of fighting. But that's just an example. You can't expect teachers to do their damn right thing. Okay? That could have been a Klan's head member for all I know. And if I hadn't even told my mom, I would have got a flunk on a paper that I had spent 5 hours typing the night before.
Yeah. Well, I know my teacher, he was racist. He felt some type of way, and he failed me because I was young, y'all, and I did come to school high as hell sometimes. And so I took my final exam high as hell. I knew I passed it. I knew it. That man gave me a 0. Mm. He said I didn't do anything correctly. And then when my friend actually tutored me and everything, like she was good in, you know, calculus. This was like AP calculus. So, yeah. I get that. They do that a lot.
You gotta be in your kid's shit. You gotta be in their shit. You gotta be in their business. You gotta be their number one teacher. You gotta question everything. You gotta question everything. That's the world we're living in, man.
You know, I don't know. I feel like, you know, the holiday is supposed to be just a big one up. Like, you know, it's nationally recognized, and it has a history behind it. But, you know, we can change the narrative of it, you know, like they have done with all of the other holidays, because we all know these other holidays, we know the history of them. Mm-hmm. But people have changed it, and it's like, oh, Thanksgiving is the family come together, we eat and stuff like that. And then we have Black Friday, after that, and it's like y'all know the history of Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we celebrating that? And I just feel like, we just now have to just change the narrative.
We're going to spend all our money on sales, but that's when the slaves was on sale.
Right. That's when they discounted them. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't celebrate holidays. I mean, that's just me. I just feel like every day is a holiday. I'm alive, like I really shouldn't even be here, talking to you guys. And so every time when I do wake up, I'm like, I thank God, I'm here. Every day is a special day to me. I'm about to, I celebrate my ethnicity, me as a person, and I uplift people. And that's just, oh, shit.
That's what's
I'm
up.
good. I don't really care. I love Black people. I love the Black man. It's just something with them. Like, ooh.
Oh, shit. Let's not get you started.
You're right. Don't get me started, because, ooh.
All right. You gotta have virtual dating with some
Morris Chestnut, what's up, baby?
Oh, my gosh.
maybe
I
you'll
know
see
you got a wife.
date. See, that's how. See, you should have seen the subject we were talking about earlier. Where people people getting sued for messing up marriages.
Mm.
That would have been perfect for you.
I seen that when Nene Leakes is getting sued.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you got to stop messing with these men and going public with these men while they're still married.
You just did.
I was like, if he gets, divorced, hit me up.
Okay.
Like I don't mess with married men. I respect that whole, that agreement that people have between them and God. But it's too many people that's be like, oh, they're separated, so they're not together, but they're still married. Like, let them get that straightened out first, and then you can come out public. You can still talk to them and mess with them if you want to, but don't come out public with them they still married.
Girl.
All right, y'all. Let's wrap it up on that one.
Okay.
And let's end it for the night. And we'll probably back around Juneteenth ourselves.
Yay.
We off next week. So appreciate y'all for coming on the show. Chris Styles, I know he's gone a little early. Alexa, Raz, and the rest of everybody was listening to the show. Thanks for tuning in to Hostile Therapy and getting Hostile Therapy not because you want it, but because you need it. We'll see y'all on the next episode.
Can I make a shout out?
Go ahead, give a shout out right quick.
Okay. Shout out to all my berry babes for you putting in that work in May. I see you, baby. Yes. And all them curves, I see you. We still going up in June.
What happens in June?
Okay.
What happens in June?
June, we having no breads, no soda, no candy, no fried food, none of that.
Ooh.
None of that.
Ooh.
And we exercising. It's different exercises per week. So this week is planks, and then they got to choose whatever exercise we did in May or whatever. So like jump squats, regular squats, push-ups, lunges, plus the planks.
Okay.
Any burpees in there?
Any burpees?
Oh, I hate burpees.
I ain't worked those in yet, but I'm dealing with people that are just now, getting to work out and stuff like that. So I'm not trying to, discourage them.
Yeah,
don't hurt them.
That's a little bit more advanced, so I will wait on that. All right, shout out from Raz.
Yay!
Workout on. Get ready for them swimsuits.
Oh yes, coming. This body is good. Put it the fuck on. Put it on. I don't care what body you got. Put it on.
What? See, you missed the other thing we talked about too, the Hoochie Mama shorts. Even though they're for men instead, but women.
I like me a Hoochie Daddy shorts. Yes, put the shorts on, Hoochie Daddies. I like that. Red. Send me a picture later.
Nope. We are not doing this. We are out. See y'all later. Peace.
Bye, y'all.